All right.
All right. Thank you for your patience, guys. After going through a lot of troubleshoots, we have finally found a way to you use a lot of you chain detector without actually just torturing my PC. So yeah, I really appreciate for your patience, and hope you have a great time with us for the rest of the time and second arena, and let the game go once more. Again.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we're back. We've figured out some things behind the scenes, and hopefully things run better now.
I think we found a pretty good solution.
Yeah.
So, can't wait to share.
All right. Hmm? Oh yeah. Hmm? It's okay. In PPT?
Hey.
I mean,
Hey, I'll play.
okay.
Let's do this.
I don't think I've played T Platinum PPT, so it should be interesting.
I'm very much nerfed in this game. So,
Yeah, well, oh wait, I need to make sure, wait. How do I don't think I need to like make it so that anyone can join because I don't think I have T-Flat printed on Steam, unfortunately. Anybody? Yeah. First of two, okay. All right. Oh,
you know what? Might as well have some fun.
I'm terrified.
Let's go.
All right. Make sure you show it on screen.
I think here I'll make it a little easier, or maybe ease the nerves.
Oh, okay.
After all, this is a Puyo versus Tetris room.
That is true. What do I do? Okay.
I have no idea what I'm doing. Sorry, Puyo players.
Okay. I'm like not warmed up at all.
I am so bad at Puyo. Well, I am not doing this game justice.
This is so dumb. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. Okay.
I'm gonna die. Yeah, I'm dead.
Oh my god. That was the worst thing ever done.
Yeah, that's about right. If I can make GTR.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh jeez. Yep. That's about right. It's been
Oh, is it? Is it? Oh, are they ready?
all right. Yeah, rare footage of me playing Puyo. It's been too long.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna switch to match 2 then. No. Uh, should be getting into things soon. Oh, we have to be on
Here we
the.
go.
All right.
Looks like we're actually gonna get into a new match here.
Mm-hmm.
We got
We're about to
Discord
see.
review. Johnny Bones versus Boy Frida.
Mm-hmm. That's.
Hey, no worries.
No worries. Discord doesn't load the stream. That's not your fault. Uh, should I like restart it? Stop streaming, start streaming. See if that fixes it. Okay, that does. Let's go. Okay.
Hey, all right.
All right, we're gonna get into it.
All right. Character selection. What are you seeing? Ooh, Amity. Oh, sure. Ah, I will not comment on the Johnny Bones. And instead comment on how we're seeing 6-3 to start off the match from Johnny Bones.
The classic.
You got the when you play a player, always like stacking the tower against Tetris. That's like playing. It's kind of weird how like Puyo and Tetris can kind of play. Oh
Oh
goodness!
no. Yeah,
I
Johnny
was about
Bones
to
was a little too high. Unfortunate.
got a little over ambitious with the 6-3 stack, and and Boyfriend was able to capitalize.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
See if
love
that
about
continues to happen here.
let's say it's like interesting how different Puyo and Tetris are in like stacking. Because generally in Tetris you kind of want to keep a flat board so you're able to clear lines more. But the Puyo player seems to stack more vertically, just have more
Yeah.
access to their pieces in case they get covered by garbage.
Yeah, very smart. Interesting TST from Johnny there.
Hey, I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah, but
But
unfortunately it doesn't quite work out in time with that misdrop.
you can respect it all you want, but it doesn't mean you're gonna win.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but gonna keep going with the 6-3 here.
I mean, 6-3 actually does have its benefits, and in the matchup, the Tetrises are actually better for attack than T-spins.
Oh, really?
Uh, yeah, they actually so like I know in I guess in the mid lifespan of Puyo Puyo Tetris 1, they actually changed it so you know how like there's the meter on the left side?
Yeah.
That's basically like how many lines are sent. But in the matchup, the T spins actually send 4 with back to back and 3 normal.
That's very interesting. I didn't actually know that.
So like Johnny wanted to spam Tetrises and actually was able to out pressure Boy Frida, getting that first point.
Yeah, so it's like an additional buff to 6-3, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. There's merits to both doing like a T spin opener or going for 6-3. And getting that combo Tetris actually sent a lot of nuisance over to Boy Frida. It's like 3 or 4 rows, and yeah, that's too much.
Yeah. Johnny evens it up there, keeping up this pressure. Definitely finding their footing right now. And okay, Boy Frida is able to cancel with a 4-chain here.
Ooh, beautiful. That's a that's 8 rows of garbage. And I think I can count, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, oh my goodness, this is a beautiful 4 chain on
Ooh.
Boy Frida's side. And that's actually enough to take out Johnny Bones.
Yeah.
It's like seeing some of that garbage chaining come into play.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, this is kind of a flat board for Boy Frida right now. But they know that they're gonna build up a bit on the left and
Very
maintain
smart.
access to that chain. That's gonna be pretty big.
That looks like a 6. Oh no, that's a 7.
Oh,
Wow,
wow. That's huge. I don't know if Johnny has the defense, and yeah,
that's a quick round.
yeah, big Puyo chain there. Yeah, and I think they're gonna go for a bit more vertical stacking here. Okay, finding a nice 3-chain.
Johnny put in a little bit of a weird situation with some misdrops. Actually finds a decent downstack 6 combo.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty good.
yeah, something about like comboing in the matchup is that damage will actually scale when you get to like a higher meter. So like a 4 and a 4 is going to do less than an 8 on its own.
Interesting.
So a little bit of intricacies when it comes to different attacks.
Yeah. And I feel like right now, like Johnny's just really keeping up this solid 6-3. I feel like that's their win condition. If they can just like keep this up, like they're solid.
Yeah, look at that. That is very full board for Boy Frida. Just grinding out that 6-3 stack, going as fast as possible, and not enough to overwhelm.
Yeah, very solid pressure, and Johnny's probably looking for a repeat here. But Boyfrieda knows to build up here.
Ooh, T-spin double the Tetris combo. That's 3 lines of garbage on Wifrita's side. So I'm gonna be a little bit stuck. Gonna have to find.
Oh,
Oh goodness!
I couldn't
Tried to
quite find
stack
it.
in the middle.
Yeah, they kind of had to stack in the middle, I think, to extend their chain, and couldn't quite get to that last Puyo in time to trigger it.
Also knew they had to speed up with Johnny's like incoming spike.
Yeah, and building up higher is definitely a way to do that, because then your Puyos take less time to fall. Ooh, that's pretty terrifying garbage for Boy Frida. Everything's getting
Oh,
buried right now.
the red was still accessible though. Able to get off a few. Oh my gosh! What
Ooh,
a that was a huge 2-chain. Like actually getting that blue down to dig.
yeah, this
But
survival is great, but I don't know how much longer they can hold on for.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's just too little space. I just going in with the 6-3 stack, and it's very effective.
yeah, it's definitely very solid. And yeah, Johnny's just gonna keep it going here.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Wait,
Very true.
thought
Wait,
I said it wrong for a second.
the blues are still accessible?
Oh, oh my goodness, that's clutch. But that's only a
Uh,
1-chain, and
yeah,
the row of garbage is gonna do it.
yeah, just Johnny's like winning so many in a row right now with the 6-3.
Yeah, that's kind of the dichotomy of Puyo versus Tetris. It can either be very fast rounds or very long rounds. It's- You can't like Tetris kind of needs to just get them round over with right away, and like, especially with 32-second margin time, uh, you don't want to let the Puyo player taste some of that margin time because they'll take it and run.
Yeah,
Oh, look at
and
this!
yeah, it looks like this round is lasting longer, so this is likely in Boy Frida's favor. Oh no, and
Oh no, a few misdrops on Johnny Bone's side.
yeah, Johnny like had barely any room to make that T-spin work, unfortunately, with how high they were being set.
It seemed like they're getting a little bit droughted with teas. So
Mm-hmm.
it's funny. You
Yeah,
don't think of modern Tetris as having droughts, but you can get in those dry spells of not getting the piece you need.
yeah, because like a 14-piece gap is still pretty big and
That was very fast.
very
Is
fast.
a lot of just a lot of sends at the most unfortunate time.
Yeah, I think Boy Frida needs to like fire off like an early chain to kind of interrupt Johnny's 6-3 or hope that Johnny
Accident
misdrops.
accidental T spin triple setup. Those are
Yeah,
the best. Or who knows, maybe it wasn't accidental.
yeah, it was a pretty decent fix, all things considered, and Johnny's basically just building up 6-3 again, but on one row of garbage. But now Boy Frida triggering that chain, and that's
That's a
very big.
that is a 6, and that there's not much room to stack. And yeah, that's row 21. You can't place pieces up there, unfortunately. So it's a quick round for Boy Frida.
Yeah,
We have been neck and neck for a while now.
yeah, it's 7-7. Definitely keeping things close here. Johnny 6-3 is a bit uneven. Just gonna build up a 4 wide apparently. Interesting.
Honestly, 4 wide with 4 residue, kind of base.
Very true. Oh, but
Oh,
yeah, Boy Frida had a big enough chain to just completely counter that. And yeah, now we're seeing some more 6-3. Yeah, and Boy Frida, I think, really needs to send something kind of interrupt that rhythm.
Four chain's pretty good. So send a few garbage lines over to Johnny. Definitely gonna interrupt the 6-3. Because that is just pure cheese.
Yeah. Ooh, that garbage on row 3.
Oh, jeez. That's
Yeah,
the RNG.
I can't tell if that was like a misdrop. Because like
Yeah, that's
like putting the Puyos like straight up in row 3 is, I don't know. Maybe they
yeah.
were like trying to go for something but just couldn't get it off in time.
Cool. Yeah. If you're not going to risk it, gonna fire off a chain of me. The purple's cut, unfortunately, but it's still a solid 6 lines of garbage on Johnny Bone's side.
Yeah, still pretty good.
But that's nearly 2 rolls of
Oh, this
nuisance.
is so risky, but Boy Frida does find
Oh, hold
the
off power
chain in
2.
time.
Power chains are actually kind of crazy in Puyo Puyo Tetris 2.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 3 chain.
Yeah, and I think Boy Frida is looking to make something happen with that garbage.
And
Oh yeah,
geez,
that's
that Jameis
that's a
drop
big
is
4, and yeah, especially with that misdrop.
yeah. I mean, Johnny was at a height where it wasn't really like incredibly dangerous, but uncomfortable to say the least. And yeah, that discomfort is going to do wonders when you have Boy Freedom setting up a huge chain on your right side.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think Boy Frida is going to have a pretty big chain. They do
Oh yeah,
execute
power
it
2.
now.
That's a 7.
Oh, that's so big. I yeah, Johnny, I don't think has defense, and
Yeah, if you're defenseless, a 7 will just instantly top out someone.
yeah,
And
especially because this game doesn't have like any partial garbage blocking, so you can't like try it and down stack without accepting more garbage.
I mean, it lets you block for one, like one, like lets you do one clear for like each segment, and like Tetris versus Tetris, it just sends all the garbage instantly. But
Right.
in Puyo versus Tetris, like Tetris is able to like accept 8 lines at a time, but 8 lines is still a lot, as seen by that top out right there.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Boyfriend is actually getting a bit of a lead. 11-8, and we're kind of approaching the tail end of the set.
Yeah. Frida is definitely pulling ahead, able to kind of put an end to Johnny Bones' just pure 6-3 momentum here. Oh yeah, that's a big chain.
Yeah, 6 is still huge. Oh, Johnny, it will get his T spin ready. Opting for some single combos.
Yeah, that's just for a nice donation there. Oh no, that
Oh,
S misdrop.
yeah, that S is brutal.
Oh no,
And
the
the T
T.
afterwards, oh no. Yeah, seemed like Johnny was trying to burst out into a down stack, but when you burst, you are very susceptible to misdrops, and like they can be fatal. So you got to be careful.
Yeah. And all right, Johnny able to fix that eye dependency. Boy, Frida's chain is kind of buried under that garbage, and they're taking a moment to think, but like that might be deadly.
Freeze up the reds, but that's still
Oh
row
no.
garbage. 2 more. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna do it. Johnny getting back into it.
Yeah, bring it closer here.
Bring some more speed to the table.
Okay, we see GTR.
Old GTR. Oh, kind of cuts it.
Yeah,
Does
just
send a little bit of harassment.
just trying to cancel off, I think, that incoming garbage.
Old two.
Ooh, this is not a great position to be in.
Yeah, the chain is fully buried at this point. Take a bit of a miracle, but miracles do happen.
That's a good 2-chain, but it's
Oh,
just not enough.
it's too much pressure.
Wow. All right, definitely building a bit more vertical this time around.
With some major defense.
Yeah. And yeah, that's a very nice 3-chain they built there.
It's a 4-chain.
4-chain.
Sometimes it's hard to tell. Like these Puyo players are so galaxy brain. Like there's a you could just like completely miss a random extra chain. Oh,
Yeah.
but still getting a light dusting, which is enough to actually block off some chain, but no worries on Frita's side.
Yeah, that was a really nice garbage chain from Boy Frida there. Ooh,
Bit of a risky triple from Johnny,
yeah,
but it's
I was
she
gonna
seems to
say
be
that.
paying off.
I thought the like burn they did, the burn Boy Frida did, would have like cut their chain, but still hanging on.
That's a 2-chain. Staying in it. Oh, and yeah, I think that 32-second margin time is starting to kick in because those are some heavier attacks for 2-chains. Either that or I could be just missing power chains.
Yeah, it was a power chain, but I don't think it was that powerful.
But yeah. I guess it was a longer round, so I could definitely see that 32-second margin kicking in.
For sure. Ooh, big 5 or 6 coming out actually.
Oh, just barely hanging on to dear life. Places the OPs first. Smart.
Yeah, Johnny needs a lot to
Desperately
get out
needs
of
an out.
this. Able to
Finds
get to the
finds the Tetris.
yeah.
Oh, but that's a power too, and it's too much.
Yeah. Boy Frida on match point now.
Johnny has to win 5 in a row.
Well, if Johnny can gain like a lot of momentum with a 6-3, I don't think it's impossible. I'm pretty sure like Johnny won like a bunch in a row earlier.
Yeah, Johnny started with a lot of momentum and he tends to get it back. Actually, he's starting to send like instead of like building up massive spikes like he used to, he's starting to send touches more often. And now throwing in a big spike to potentially ward off this massive chain, looking like a 7.
Oh, that is
Oh my
huge.
gosh, that is a 7.
7 from like the top, and that's gonna be it.
What an amazing chain to finish it off.
Wow.
That
That
was a
was that was pretty incredible.
that was a sight to behold. That's what I love about the matchup. Like you can see some very strong play from both players and like finding ways to like just capitalize on the other player.
Yeah. Very good stuff. That was pretty crazy.
Like I like seeing those garbage chains. 'Cause,
Yeah, those were really nice.
like that thing, I thought I was wrong about that last 7 chain, Like it was starting to look like a 6, but then all of a sudden that 7 came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not to mention the defensive builds on the Puyo side. Just trying to like fend off all like the Tetris, just line at a time. That can be a lot for a Puyo player. So stacking up on the side.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we should be getting into our next match momentarily. Just need to get a room made, but judging by that last match, this one's definitely going to be worth it.
Yeah, for sure. And for those of you just tuning in, this is Ragnarok. It's a prelude to for what's to come in the future, a 2v2 Tetris versus Puyo tournament. We're starting off today with a few Tetris versus Puyo matches, just singles, and yeah, we've got 32-second margin time, which I believe is now like the community standard, and it looks like we've actually got a match coming up right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this will be a preview for the main event that will be happening in July, where we'll see Tetris and Puyo working together in teams.
Yeah, it'll be very exciting, and later on we will be actually getting a 2v2 match. Two Tetris teams, classic.
Heck yeah! Let's see, we got Moose versus Goose's Gate, or I don't know how that name is pronounced. I am very bad at pronunciation.
I think that's right. Sounds right.
Feel free to yell at me in the chat if I'm completely wrong. Oh, did someone say MKO?
I, I don't know. I don't see anyone materializing out of thin air yet.
Darn.
All right.
But what is materializing is these harassments from Moose. Kind of dusting the top. That's still a 3-chain that Goose's bluff.
Yeah, that was a really nice cancel.
Only had to take 4 nuisance at the end of that, but this is still near the top of the board.
Yeah, and yeah, Moose is having to deal with some
Oh
misdrops,
no!
but
I don't, I don't know if that was an intentional drop, but that was unfortunate blocking off column 3.
mm-hmm.
Moose going into the 6-3 wants a taste of it himself.
Yeah, this is looking pretty fast. Ooh,
Moose
very nice kite on.
This is making a bit of an L shape out of their board. Ooh, power 2-chain. Actually kind of balanced out to make 1 row of garbage for Moose.
Yeah. And I think this is a pretty
Looks like a
big
free
chain
chain.
incoming. Good 3 into a power 1. That's a lot of garbage being sent to Moose's side now.
I believe that's called a thorn. I could be completely wrong, but I'm trying to remember Puyo terminology. Again, feel free to yell at me.
I mean, I don't know any terminology, so.
It's all good. All I know is that Puyo is awesome.
True.
And so is the Tetris that Moose just pulled off because he was able to get that round.
Very true.
Pulling out the
Oh,
whole grab bags.
oh no, the misdrop on the TKI there. Moose kind of fixes it up though. But this is really solid.
I actually caught this is a little bit off guard because there's just a lot of weird garbage throughout the board. So manages a 2-chain, follows it up. Hey, keeping up the 2-chains, and 2-chains are actually pretty good. We can keep them going. And there's another. Goose has to defend. That gives Goose a lot of time to build up. It's a big 2 of power 3. That's like 10, I think 10 lines of garbage.
Yeah, Moose just doesn't have any room to breathe right now. But
Oh,
still finding
it
the
was
pressure at the top.
it's unfortunate. Had a high stack Gooses did on in column 3, and Goose was able to send that T-spin out right away. Well, I think Moose looking for the perfect clear. Ooh, oh, still got it. I completely misread that cue.
Yeah, Moose
Good job,
does
Moose. You have better vision than me.
into
Oh,
another MKO, but unfortunate misdrop there on that J piece. The STSD on
oh,
top, let's
let's
go.
go. Let's go. I love me some STSDs.
Yeah, but this is a kind of a scary spot for Moose. There's a lot built up on top of that garbage.
So,
Moose is trying to get to that
ooh,
TST.
still manages to get out. Takes a triple on the right.
All right, building up for a Tetris as well. Oh, into a TSD as well.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at Goose's board. This is very clean. A lot of empty space to work with, but Goose is apparently going to say no.
Yeah, Moose is gonna start filling that empty space with garbage if Goose doesn't get to a chain in
Oh,
time. And
it's a lot. Just getting that garbage in the right position to block off the chains.
mhm. Yeah, and yeah, Moose just gonna stick with the 6-3 now.
Well, a lot of
Yeah,
open space on the right. Actually, fires a chain. That looks like it's gonna be a 3, and a little bit of nuisance sprinkled on. Oh, but that's definitely not just a sprinkle. That's gonna be a little tough.
oh yeah, that's a lot of pressure incoming.
Oh,
Goose
kind of
Gate
almost
does,
it.
yeah, they do have a 2 chain to cancel, but I think they need a bit more. Okay, able to make
No,
it down some more here.
it's another 2 chain.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh, he's
oh,
getting a little
that's,
bit stuffed out now.
yeah, they're just getting buried really hard.
Oh,
And
still miracle. Oh, miracle too. Oh my goodness.
oh, that, yeah, that 2 was so good,
Barely
but
hanging on, but where are the reds? Don't
there's
manage to get the
one,
blues,
but
but that's still a row. And yeah, that's too much.
yeah,
Very commendable survival from Gooses.
for sure. Right, Moose going into this 7-2 LST right now.
Ooh, power 2 chain.
Yeah, Goose's Gate is definitely keeping up. Ooh, very nice 4 chain there.
Ooh, mini T-spin into the Tetris for Moose.
Yeah, and okay, that chain unfortunately cuts on Goose's side due to the garbage, but
That's the intricacy of garbage chaining. It's super cool when it happens, but it's also very tough to do.
yeah.
But we're actually getting a little bit deeper into the round, so that means we're going to see a little bit more attack coming from Puyo.
Yeah, Goose is going to need a pretty good down stack to get out of this.
Finds, finds a little bit.
Uh,
Oh, Moose, this
that's
is greedy. This is very
Moose,
greedy.
Moose, Moose, that doesn't work.
All right, and now we get
Oh,
to see this beautiful chain in action. 4 chain, send him
Moose is
flying.
out of there.
Goose is on the board.
True.
It's a standard T-spin double opener. Could have set up a
Yeah,
4 wide, but oh well. Seems like actually 4 wide isn't as particularly strong against Puyo, because that just gives them time to build a chain.
true. Ooh, this really nice STSD here.
I love it. I love it. Keep it going.
Okay, I think. Oh,
Yes! Yes! Let's go, Moose!
I mean, Moose,
Thank you for the content.
Moose definitely listens. That's for sure.
Hey, see, look at this. You STSD and you win games. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
True. Definitely gave Moose the pressure he needed. And Moose looking for a PC. Can't find it.
Goose is stacking vertically. Going for the defense. It's, I mean, against Tetris, that's you really need to have that strong defense at the start. Oh, perfect, perfect block.
Nice donation from Moose there.
Ooh, that's a 5 chain. Wow.
That's huge. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing from Goose. Keeping it going.
Yeah, Goose outpressures Moose there.
I think Goose is starting to find the rhythm.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
I,
Moose is attempting funnies with the MKO.
yeah.
Fortunately, it has to burn it away.
Oh no, the
But
eyepiece.
oh no.
Oh no, the TPs.
Oh my goodness. SRS is a cruel mistress.
SRS definitely just slaps you in the face at the top sometimes. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Albatross.
Oh, all clear from Goose's 2-chain. Could actually be
Right?
huge. Because now that actually gives Goose's a free defense. It even sends 5 damage back. Ooh, this is an ambitious Kaidon. And it has to cover the wall with that S.
Yeah. Ooh, Moose is stacking so high in the center. One surprise spike and he might be done for.
Honestly, with Puyo, a 2-chain will do it. But who's holding on? Staying defensive. Taking the touch to open up that kind of garbage hole. Extending for a T-spin, but didn't need to. What? I missed it. What happened? Oh, no. I'm seeing from the stream delay. It seems like Gooses just was not ready.
That's unfortunate.
Good old TKI.
Classic. Is Moose looking for a PC? No way!
Oh, wow. But, wow, even a 3-chain was strong enough to... was strong enough to counter.
Yeah. And
Yellows are actually in a very good position for Gooses. Gonna take advantage of it.
yeah,
Gonna
that's
set off a strong 2-chain.
yeah, very powerful 2-chain. Moose definitely has some garbage to get through now.
Take a bit of time.
Uh,
Oh,
This is
looking for the
waiting for that
SPs.
S.
Oh, oh
Unfortunate.
no. That's a certified SRS moment. And now this
That
is the
is
6-chain
that's
from Goose's.
gigantic. Yeah.
Yeah, there is no coming back from that, unfortunately.
Hmm.
But very impressive 6-chain.
Yeah. Moose trying to fire back with the 6-3 here.
setting off an immediate spike. That's three rows of garbage.
Yeah, that
Oh,
is.
but that is a very tough position. Finds the purples to kind of stay alive. Keeps the blues open.
Oh,
Wow,
good
that
RNG.
that garbage. Oh, it was good RNG until
Oh
that
no.
column 3 came in, and that's a row.
Yeah.
Goose was blessed by the RNG
Mhm.
for a while there, but Moose's pressure was a little too much. Ooh, a perfect clear opener, but there's no PC there.
Mhm. Ooh, Moose setting up a bit of a C prop there. Into the TST. Let's go.
Nice.
Oh
Oh
no.
no, the misrotation.
That one hurts. Moose has to build up pretty high to skim that off. Pulling up a donation on top.
Let's go for the T-spin double.
Oh, that's so much in the center. Yeah.
Oh no. I think Moose tried to like quick drop a little bit to get to the T-piece, but that was just such a dangerous position. I don't even know if the T-spin would have saved him.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright,
Good
I'll
awareness on Moose to take that TSS.
yeah,
Set up for
good
another
save.
TSD. Ooh. Okay.
Well, does take the Tetris to combo. And actually, very nice recovery from Moose.
And Moose has a pretty clean board to work with. Going for the STSD. Does Moose see it? Okay, going for that prop instead. Still
Does
works
have
out.
to, yeah, does have to use a T piece in the stack, but that's fine for now. Does fend off the 2-chain that Goose has sent. Now there's a lot of room for a down stack.
Yeah. And down stack Moose will. Big combo there. Yeah, Goose is accepting a lot here. Needs to find a way to that garbage in time and or that chain and
Just
can't make it out.
when you have so little space, you don't have like you kind of have to rely on RNG, and usually, I've from what I've seen from Puyo, it does not like giving you the good RNG.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I could be wrong with with like the garbage columns that end not good gravy that Goose has got earlier.
Yeah.
Right. RNG will always have its hand.
Yeah. I
Just
really
trying to
like these like smaller chains that Goose is finding, like just like a couple of 3 chains back to back.
They are very powerful. Oh my goodness, what a powerful
Ooh.
3-chain. That's a lot. That's 9 rows of garbage for Moose.
Wow.
Does find an opening with the reds. Decides to pop it. That's a power 2. And we're still going. That's looks like 5.
Oh, oh, yeah, that's really
And
big.
yeah, that's enough to take it.
Mm-hmm. Goose making her way back here. And we're seeing a bit of LST from Moose.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a
Let's
lot of
choose
pressure
one.
coming out there.
Yeah, that's the thing about like the constant pressure from Tetris. Is Sometimes you just don't have any room to breathe. And Goose, you
Mhm.
kind of experienced that firsthand.
All right, Moose kind of up stacking now. All right, building up a lot here. Oh, this is
Oh,
big. And Goose
that's
doesn't
like about
find the blue in time.
wow, draw just draw out of the one color that she needed. That's the Puyo classic.
Mhm. Oh, yep, the STSD coming out from Moose. Let's go.
Nice. Goose building up very tall. Ooh, that's a power
Yeah.
2. Nice. Kills enough to counter the STSD. Very surprising.
Mhm.
That's a big 3-chain, but Moose able to counter.
Ooh, I really like that T-spin find from Moose.
Goes for the single to set up a T-spin double.
Yeah,
It's gonna leave the one a little bit of a weird spot. But
it works out.
speaking of weird spots, Goose near the top of the board, but she does find a 2-chain, which
Nice.
does give her a lot of breathing room.
Mhm.
That, and I think that one was big enough to counter a lot of damage. Needs reds, does find some, and that's a big chunk of blues. So we can definitely see Martyr Time kicking in, and Moose just needs to find a few attacks. Oh,
Oh,
goes for the SCSD. This is a very,
it's
very
risky,
risky.
but
Good.
it Moose actually does open the well there.
Yes, the one issue there is Goose is now at at the bottom of her field and does take advantage of it.
Yeah.
I appreciate the effort from Moose getting that STSD. But sometimes it's a little too much. Even I'll have to admit.
Mhm.
Ah, yes, Moose with the classic albatross.
Don't. Okay. Oh wait, that works out. That's a very interesting donation.
There are actually some interesting routes with albatross I've found.
Yeah, I thought that was like a TSD, but no.
And still more STSD. Moose is definitely listening to the stream. 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, and that. Oh, it's just too much pressure.
Mhm. Ooh, that's an all clear to start
Oh,
out for Goose there.
this makes things very interesting. I know all clear starts can really like shift the dynamic.
Moose was definitely looking for a PC there. Didn't
Yeah,
have it.
when you do Castle Top TKI, you're definitely looking for PCs.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
Moose.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of blues on Goose's field.
Mhm.
Very interesting.
Moose is building to keep back to back here. Like I saw like a 2 wide. Could have very easily comboed, but decided not to. And going for this Kairon here.
Ooh, that's actually a really powerful 2-chain coming from Goose.
Yeah, and Moose is building up really high. This is kind of a risky position to be in.
Let's take the skim in order to set up for a T-spin double. And
Yeah.
that 2-chain is gonna still gonna send Moose garbage. Oh, that is a big attack. No, Goose is gonna not Goose, Moose. Names are so similar. I'm having a little bit of trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Moose stopping for the T spin. A little bit of
Oh,
a little bit of
that
a
is
weird
a
spot.
rough stack to deal with
That
for
is
Moose.
definitely
That T-spin, yeah.
rules for the T spin might have been necessary.
Yeah, if Moose had gotten to the T, it would have been a nice cancel, but it would have left Moose with a pretty scary stack to deal with.
Yeah, there are those situations like that where you do need to take risks. So I think that was a necessary risk. Unfortunately, did not pan out.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, very nice T-spin from Moose there. Oh, this works out really well. This is gonna send off a pretty big spike here.
Two chain still has to receive a row of garbage, and I don't think Moose wanted to skim there because skimming will actually prolong the sending.
Yeah, but that was a very nice 4-chain into another one, or a 3-chain from Goose.
Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit hard to read those Puyo chains, but I guess regardless, that was enough to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goose coming back here. Like, I started off a little bit behind, but yeah, she's been able to like stay strong and actually is in a position to like, make a pretty good comeback.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice 4-chain. Moose cancels off most of it though.
But 2 lines of garbage. Moose has to. Well, Moose takes the T spin, which is gonna put on a lot of pressure for Goose. I think the pressure reverses. That's a thorn, right?
Uh,
I still haven't been corrected by chat, so I'm gonna go with it. I, I guess like power 1 is what I'm going at.
ooh. Goose makes her way down to that chain.
Has to kind of burn 1 chain. Does find a 2.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, those 2 chains will actually a good quick harassment. Like, if you're a Puyo player, you want to find as much speed as you can because the Tetris will always be faster. So firing those 2 chains will send a good attack or some good blocking. Obviously, if you can get more, then go for more. But when you need to, the 2 chains will work very well.
Yeah, sometimes speed is a little more important.
Oh, yeah, the spike that Moose was about to send would have been a little too much for the Puyo, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's another round. Moose coming up on match point. Only has to take 2 more.
Yeah. Looking for the PC, I think. Just gonna opt for the waste T-spin continuation.
Still a very good setup. You don't have to worry about wasting T with MKO.
Yeah. All right, just gonna start stacking this 9-0 now.
Goose is in a very dangerous spot though, and Royal Guards is gonna take it instantly.
Yeah, and now we're on match point for Moose here.
See how Goose adapts. Yep, there's the vertical stacking as usual.
Yep.
Going for 2 columns, which was very strong.
Oh,
Gets the perfect clear as Moose.
Is Moose looking for another one? I think Moose might have actually had it, but either way,
Yeah, either way, Moose has to deal with some attacks from Goose.
yeah.
Does handle it fairly well, but about midway up the field, that's enough to give Puyo some room, and you don't want to give Puyo room. That's very dangerous.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh,
Ooh, extends the combo a little bit.
yeah.
Does give Moose the opening.
Oh, that's a yeah. That
Yeah,
chain's gonna do it.
didn't
Moose
do
is
it.
just too high.
Yeah, Moose staying in the game. Going for Castle TKI, personal favorite. And that's a
Ooh,
PC.
yeah.
Got a row and a half of garbage.
Yep.
So
Moose is, I believe, going into a bit of LST right now.
and just trying to find as much defense as possible, but the LST stack is getting him overwhelmed. Oh,
Yeah.
finds the greens, but will it be enough? Unfortunately, not. Moose is going to take the set.
15-10. Yeah. That pressure at the end is really nice.
Honestly, incredibly well fought by
Mm-hmm.
both people. I saw, I saw a lot of strong chains from Goose. She really pulled through.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, good set.
Moose showing off his expertise in Puyo Puyo Tetris. Like,
Yeah.
knows how to play in multiple different ways. Like those few PCs, those few openers. Also knows how to stack thing with 6-3, which honestly is very commendable.
Yeah, that's PPT is definitely Moose's main game. So like definitely very cool to see him like show his skills here.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Ooh, we have a new visitor. Welcome, Komodo.
Yes, hello.
Welcome.
I am Komoto. The PPT community does not know me or anything really, but I'm a caster somewhat in the Tetris community. Hello. Hi, we are on stream, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe I am supposed to be swapping out for Jura in a bit.
All right. But before that, I think we have something to promote.
Ooh,
Shilling.
we love to chill.
Yeah, I do. I love it to death.
But yeah, Infinite Finesse Tournament Trio
Oh,
is like
nice.
it's a very unique Tetrio event where you have like 3 people on a team, each from like a certain like skill bracket, and then like you fight other teams. Everyone like plays their set at the same time, and then the person who wins the most set wins the match.
I think it's
Basically
like
how it
a,
goes.
I think it's like a best of 3 for each,
Yeah.
like for out of all the divisions.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Gonna
I
be on
really like the
commentary for
idea.
that, so look
I can't
forward
wait to
to
see
it.
it.
Nice. So if you liked Azura's commentary today, definitely go check out that event for some more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, aside from that, if you'd like to play, that's an option as well, obviously.
I
Absolutely.
don't know if signups are still open, but I know there
Oh, is
are.
it?
Fair.
Let me check. I don't remember when they if or when they close. Uh, registration will close. Oh, they're closed. Okay.
Unfortunate.
I see.
But
Unfortunately,
this will definitely be an event to watch. Be a lot of fun.
yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. There's gonna be like a lot of different like the skill levels, obviously, because of how the event is structured. I believe we're gonna be like jumping around between different like divisions on stream, depending on how close they are. So yeah, gonna be pretty hype for sure. Definitely check it out. And I know like IFT is going to keep running events. They always do like some like very fun stuff with
Oh,
their.
very high production value as well. Is
Mhm.
something I've noted.
Very impressive.
Yeah, very impressive work. If I do
Yeah.
say so myself. And is there anything else we should be shilling for?
Always willing to chill.
All right.
Looks like it's about it.
Yeah, it seems about so.
Like, am I gonna be headed out or? I don't know. I'm just gonna. I don't know. We'll be commentating for the rest of this.
So please treat me well. I see. Alright, let's go. First time commentating with two flats here, I think.
I don't know what's happening. Hang on.
Hey,
It
I'm
says-
down.
Right, you're streaming PPT for us, aren't you?
Yeah, but I can like I don't know. I'm down for whatever. I'm down to swap out or stay in.
Same here. Whatever's easiest for y'all. I know you two will do an excellent job commentating. So
We won't.
no, yeah,
Oh,
I
won't.
believe in y'all. You'll do great.
all right.
But yeah, that is so our next game is going to be Lightning Reed versus A Line.
You should probably give Andy your Twitter at.
Oh, my Twitter. It's Komoto underscore underscore. I think it was. I think it was.
All right, good.
I think I will leave y'all to it for now. And if
Alright.
I need to come back, I will absolutely come back.
Thanks for coming on.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's
take
my
care.
pleasure.
It was, yeah, it was,
Thanks
it
for
was fire.
yeah.
All right. Wait. Oh, this Tetris? Interesting. Well, at least
So
this
it's
is
Tetris
a bit
versus
more in
Puyo.
Komodo's wheelhouse, if I had to guess.
Yeah. I'm not exactly too familiar with commentating for Puyo Puyo, unfortunately. Very last minute
Hmm.
decision to include me in the commentary team, but it's
Yeah,
not an
so
emergency. It was, but yeah, back
that's
into the
fine.
game.
We can
Yeah.
like talk about a bit of the differences between like PBT and like other games. The main thing is just like the handling is very strict. Like basically you have to like kind of adhere to the timings. If you're like a frame off, like your inputs won't register, which some people prefer like having just a lot of preciseness because then
It's a
like
challenge, right? It's
yeah,
a challenge.
you like optimize your inputs. I don't know if it's actually frame perfect. What I do know is that there's like little to no buffer basically.
There
So
are like special techniques
yeah,
that I know.
there's
Yeah.
yeah like pipelining, gas preservation, just a lot of like wizardry, and I think it does apply to other slow games like um T Tetris Effects, but it's still I think a little more apparent here just because of how tight everything is. There's like entry delay and hold delay and stuff that you
Yeah.
have to just time everything around. And also there's no garbage blocking. You can't like clear singles to try and like stall your way to a Tetris. If you clear anything, the amount that you don't cancel just gets sent to you straight away. So that is something
Which
to
is
keep in mind.
great for forward, wasn't it? Is what I've heard.
Yeah, like accepting garbage even while forwarding.
Yeah.
But what that means is that like at the top, instead of like trying to combo your way out, you have to find like T-spins to cancel to survive, honestly. It's wild. It's crazy. PPT is
Mm.
crazy. It's so underappreciated.
Yeah. I grew up as a Tetris player. I grew up watching Mimi and Kazu, right? So my playstyle in Tetris kind of got a bit fucked. I play exactly like like how I'd imagine them playing PPT. So it's never worked out well for me. So
I mean,
it's just like that.
yeah, it's definitely a bit different, but I feel like that like the like core efficiency is still very good to have. Like if you play PBT and you play Tetrio, like
Mm,
you're still gonna be at a pretty solid advantage over some people, just because
yeah,
like some
that's
people are
true.
going to down stack while you're the one sending, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Tetrio does have a bit of an emphasis on back-to-backs as well, which yeah, it's
Hmm.
quite similar to PPT.
Yeah. Wow, Lightning
But
is
yeah,
playing very solid. Like this
yeah, he's
pressure is very nice.
going 3-1 against Lime right now. Never knew he
Hmm.
was this good as PPC, but that is going to be Albatross again.
Oh my god.
Uh, we've
That
seen that the
is
third time in a row now. Oh my god, that RNG on that garbage as well. 1 in 10 getting a C spin follow up. Very
nice.
nice. Right, but A-Lime is not going down without a fight. I don't
Yeah,
think. I don't really like that decision on the JPs, but we'll find a down stack combo for it, I believe. Just a tiny bit for run, keep himself going.
yeah. He's kind of on the ropes here. This is a very tight position to get out of, and yeah.
Unfortunately, could not find a way to counter 4 or anything of the sort. So we'll get taken down by Lightning Reed for the 4th time in this set.
Yeah, it is worth noting that like efficient plays are a bit more rewarded here because garbage doesn't always send perfectly clean, even if you're like sending like something
Yeah, I
clean.
read
Like it,
somewhere. I read somewhere. Someone told me that it was like a 50-50 chance to send cheese, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, very
So,
rewarding.
hmm, yeah, that means you're definitely more incentivized to try and send like efficient
Is it like,
pressure, just because it won't get
yeah,
sent back as easily. It's very nice.
yeah, it's TSTs and all that.
Hmm.
No, there's a bit of a nice counter 4 coming out from like, no, it wasn't. It was a very wonky donation scum. I don't know that's going to work out too well, but A-Lime does have a bit of an opportunity here.
Yeah.
Will not be looking for that counter 4, unfortunately, but that donation TSD is quite nice and is going to be enough to knock out Lightning Reed. 4-2.
Hmm. Yeah. Bringing it a bit closer here.
Albatross versus MS2, I believe.
Yeah, I think this is MS2. MS2 is pretty good in this game.
Yeah. Most notably, Kazu did use it to win against Amemia's 4-wide back in the earlier this year, I believe it was.
I think it was like late last year, but yeah, same thing. I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
This year's been a bit of a doozy, so
Hmm.
yeah. Right. Very
That
nice
was,
counter 4 from Lightning Reed, yeah.
yeah,
Very clean.
yeah, that is a very clean board to work with.
Ooh, that TSD. Oh, going to waste that T piece there, but it's okay. Still going to have that counter 4. Going to go for a Kaidan. Very nicely done. A-Lime, though, is not. Is quite. Well, was retaliating quite well. Um, to that misdrop, but it's not going to be too much of a problem for them, I don't think.
And now Lightning has to deal with quite a bit of cheese here.
Mm. Alright, Lime going for count to 4, and that is a very clean board, ready for anything Lightning Reed might have. But okay, a bit of a mini forward. Didn't work out all that well, unfortunately. A line.
Yeah. Ooh, unfortunate S misdrop for Lightning Greed. Gonna give Arrowy some time, but Lightning fixes it pretty quickly with that S spin. Arrowy's still in a tight spot, and oh yeah, that IT is gonna kill.
5-2. Very long games these, as compared to like more quicker games. Oh, that's a weird opener that Arrowy went for.
Yeah. Lightning is
Going to
skimming
waste.
a lot, which I don't know if you want to be doing in PvT if you can avoid it.
I think you're meant to like if you skim, you're meant to skim like doubles and like triples, I think.
Right, to minimize line clear delay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would know if you watched the excellent Ad Tech here downstacking guide. So
Oh, very interesting TSS donation coming out from A-Line. Will not go for the... Oh yeah, will find a very nice combo extension, but it's not going to result in much. Only not very safe right now, unfortunately, but there's a very easy downstack for him. Oh, didn't find it, unfortunately. Oh, and that is a very bad board situation to be in.
yeah, this is scary. Lightning doesn't have that much room to work with, but still
That's
making
the
the most of
TPs
it
and
here.
the IPs. Yeah, very nice. And now Arrowy is floating TSD into another TSD
Oh,
at the
that's
bottom.
big.
And yeah, it's quite big, but Arrowy didn't quite find the eye prop. Is that what you call that? Like, you
I
just...
don't know.
What?
This is
Okay.
great survival from Lightning Reed.
Yeah.
Like,
Very calm decision making.
they are holding on very well.
Ooh, almost. Too close for comfort.
Oh no.
Ooh, oh, SRS would not have it. 3-5 for Arroway. Very well played. Kind of choking. He was kind of choking at the end there, but everything worked out. Lightning Reed just could not keep up the survival, unfortunately.
ETT stick spin. Oh no.
You love to
Wait,
see it.
and Arrowy accepts a bunch of clean garbage.
Ooh. It's quite lucky if I do say so myself, but
That
will
is an interesting
make...
T-spin to go for.
Yeah, but everything is still quite clean here.
Yeah.
We'll go for that mini TSS. Won't result in much, but we'll cancel out a line at the very least. Okay, Arian is in a bit of a situation here. Parity's
This is
not
a
the best.
great information from Lightning Reed, and opts not to go for the Tetris, just gonna fulfill that eye dependency.
Ooh.
Very risky spot,
But it paid off.
yeah.
Ari did not have anything to respond to that.
Yeah, that was like do or die, and Lightning definitely did. Alright, unfortunate misdrop to start out for Arrowy.
Versus TKI flat top, was it? It looked like it. Looking at this residue, will not be able to find the 7-2 stack, unfortunately for Lightning Reed. But Ari is still in
quite a bit of trouble here.
Oh, that's a good down stack though. Into the.
Oh, that's a.
Oh, no!
Oh no! Oh no, that missed
Either way,
on.
though, lightning isn't in the greatest of spots, and yeah, even with
Yeah.
that like missed combo extension, that's still enough to kill.
Yeah, I was going to say Aoi wasn't one who was not in the best of spots, but it was a very good down stack there.
Ooh,
Very weird
unfortunate.
DT.
Yeah, that was an attempted DT. It's gonna
Yeah.
have to build on top of it with the misdrop, and lightning just has a perfectly clean board to work with. Arrowy, I think, really needs to get down soon. Finding
Yeah,
a bit
it's
of a combo
comboing
though.
down. Yeah. Why is it combo? No, we'll not extend that. And we'll instead opt to go for a bit of a power stack. Quite greedy, but greed goes a long way here in PPC, doesn't it? Oh, and it does go a long way. 5 to 6, going to Arrowy, shortening that distance.
Yeah. It was far closer than it seemed at first, for sure.
Oh, that's DTD. That's good. Very
Oh
nice
yeah,
RNG.
that's very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, very nice RNG garbage coming out from Arrowy. We'll opt to go for a bit of a combo extension there. But
Yeah, that's a lot of damage coming in for lightning, but that misdrop into the donation.
Ooh,
That
into
works
the
so well.
nation. Into the donation.
That was really nice. Oh my
Yeah,
god. Okay.
very good fix coming out from Arrowy, and that will win him the match.
Yeah.
Oh, not the match. The how do you call
The
them again? The
game.
set, the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm old.
It's like
Excuse
game then
me.
set then match or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Is there like a general guideline anywhere I can look
I don't
up?
know. I'm just taking the terms from like what I heard in Wii Sports Tennis.
Sounds about right. Sounds legit.
Yeah.
What do you-
Anyways, Arrowy in a tough spot after that misdrop stick spin from the start, but still making it out reasonably well. Ooh, that
Oh, we'll
TP's
go
covers up
for
the
that.
well.
Yeah, that combo extension. I don't really know if I like it.
Oh no!
We'll pay for it.
Yeah, Arrowy got SRS. You know when you get like the Z
Yeah,
caught?
yeah,
Yeah, with like the
and
one.
it just
Yeah.
does not rotate. It just does not rotate. Refuses to. I hate it.
Yeah,
Everyone
that's
hates it.
crazy.
You know, they ought to have fixed it with SRS Plus, but it wasn't even fixed.
Yeah, it's just a weird quirk you have to be aware of.
Yeah.
Lightning waiting to cancel the top, trying to utilize timing, but this is still a scary spot to be in. Able to
Ooh,
get to the
well
Tetris well in
compromised.
time though. Good
Yeah.
cancel. I think
Ooh,
when you
will
see
not
your
go.
opponent is like waiting to cancel, you really need to build up a bit more so that they can't cancel at all.
Or just start stalling.
Yeah, and because of that timing, Lightning survives really well. That was really smart.
Very nice. Very well done there. And we'll find a bit of a cut copy, was it? No, it's not called cut copy. It's not quite that, but it's quite similar.
Oh,
Ooh. Ooh, everything is still quite cheesy here. Very hard to find a way.
no, the
Oh, but
misdrops
that
from Lightning.
misdrop.
I don't think that's doable, yeah.
The OP's blocked off the ZP's. Oh no, it's so tragic. 7 to 7. We're going on a first to 8 now, I believe it was.
Bit of lag. I hope that was just on my end.
We don't want to see any Sega. No, do we?
Yeah. All right. Very nice 7-2 coming out from Lightning here.
Hmm.
Yeah, that is a lot of pressure for Aerie to deal with.
Yeah, that OP's got blocked off as well, so there was no hope for Aerie.
Mm-hmm.
Nail in the coffin. No
Big spin.
PC for Lightning Reed. Unfortunately, we'll have to go for that 3-run.
Oh, Aerie misdrops the stick spin.
Why is it a thing? Why is stick spin in PPT a thing? This shouldn't be, right? It's not.
It's not that good, but it's like it's decent because it's still like a
Yeah,
TSS
it's
into
as
like D spin.
yeah, it's as efficient as doing 4 TSDs. So yeah, it's quite decent.
Yeah.
You're not wasting any T with that opener, so which is so that's great. Great for PPT. If you're not a big fan of 7-2 or OST for that matter, stick spin is an option, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Big down stack coming out from Lightning there. Yeah, now
Oh no!
the T locks
drop.
in.
Yeah.
Not like this. And
Alright, goes for a stick spin. Good old sticky.
ooh, that is so much clean garbage for Lightning. Oh my, wow. Okay, that's really big. Yeah, gonna get
There's
it all
8.
sent back here. Aerie
Yeah, it's
really needs to get out as soon as possible. Able to find enough to cancel and send off that Tetris though, but
one saving grace for Arrowy there was that it was an 8-1, which is completely not sustainable for Lightning Reed.
that is
So
true.
yeah. So yeah, we'll manage to find a way out here. Both
Yeah.
players in quite this situation, but Lightning Reed does seem to have a better way out. Refuses to go for the obvious way out, taking the TSDs, taking the skims, and I don't know what to make of this.
Yeah, this is... Aerie definitely has a lot more cheese compared to Lightning.
Mm.
Lightning kind of sends it off as even more cheese for Aerie to deal with, but...
Oh, that dependency on Arrow's side will not manage to find a counter 4 there. Okay, barely cancelling out that last 2 lines from Lightning Reed.
Yeah, this is a scary position to be in. Oh, that
Oh, yeah,
eyepiece,
that IP. Wow,
that is
the god,
rough. Aerie has to dig through so much, and...
it's not happening.
Yeah, can't quite make it out.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a rough misdrop on that. I don't know if that was Kamu or MS2.
It looks like it looked like MS2 because the IPs and the JPs.
Okay. Yeah, luckily Aerie does find a way out and also has some clean garbage to work with. I'm noticing
Oh
that
no!
they're not
Oh
setting it off
no!
ultra efficiently, and that might be their downfall.
Yeah. That IP's misdrop as well. I believe they pressed the rotation key too early, so
Yeah, bit of
and
that.
then they had to press it another time. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's where the PPT hell mode comes in. And Lightning Reed just had the same problem as well. The PPT rotation lock.
Yeah. Again, this game is very, very precise. So like,
Yeah.
one misstep can really hurt you if you're not careful. And yeah,
Ooh, had a way out there. If only Ari stopped sending. 8 to 11 for Arrowy.
trying for the stick spin yet again.
Good old Albatross for Lightning Reed. Both very efficient openers. They send very differently.
Oh,
Alright,
that's
and
a
that is going
big
to be
down
it.
stack for
Yeah,
Arrowy
yeah,
there.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lightning Reed, that stack isn't going nowhere.
Mhm. Here we go. Arroway's definitely keeping it close here.
Alright, MS2 for Arrowy. We'll go for the rare continuation into an STSD, I believe it was. Will not go for it, unfortunately. It's a very theoretical line. Why am I saying it like I'm commentating chess? Um, yeah, it's extremely theoretical solution. That was didn't did not memorize it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a nice T-spin from Arroway.
Mm. Lightning Reed in a bit of a situation here, but Will can't find the counter 4.
Yeah.
And then the skims. Another counter 4. There's no JPs, so he can't go for a TSD there, unfortunately. But we'll go for a TSD here and a counter 4 as well. Very nicely done.
Oh
Oh
no,
no.
Arroway with some unfortunate misdrops at the end there.
Mm. Very even scores. Very even in terms of efficiency, I believe.
Yeah. Here it comes.
Mm.
But Lightning sent enough to basically cancel almost all of it off.
Very clean to leave very clean garbage as well. Well, it used to be clean. No, it's just sadness.
Yeah. Only cheese awaits, and yeah, both players playing a little bit
Ooh,
of cheese
very
race
nice
right
down
now.
stack find from Lightning Reader.
Ooh.
Ooh, that parity on Aries side as well. I think this round is yeah, it's not over yet, but Lightning Reed does have quite the upper hand here. Very nice prophecy coming out from Lightning Reed as well. Will he go for the? Yeah, I was hyping up for the the DT cannon, but like Reed didn't go for it, unfortunately. Right, very weird SDMB choice here from Lightning Reed and Arrowy though. We'll have to. Oh, that misrotation again. No. Yeah, it really messes with your finesse in this game.
Yeah, for sure.
2 games away from winning. Lightning Reed on a mission. Oh, I think that is a misdrop coming out from Arrowy. Tried to go for the mechanical TSD follow up there, I believe. Yeah, it was there's a line in that opener where you can go for a mechanical TSD follow up.
That's funny. Oh, okay. This is kind of a scary spot. Lightning Greed doesn't really find an efficient follow-up though, so Arrowy is Arrow has time to get out now.
Hmm. Oh, that eyepiece.
Oh, that's rough.
Ooh, barely makes it. The second IB, but the second eyepiece barely made it for Aoi survival there. But parity, oh, very nice, very well done. That last TSD just knocked out Lightning Reed. I think Lightning Reed kind of misdropped a bunch there.
Mhm.
Or TSD versus TKI's Nail, I believe it was. A very weird TSD. Chat, if you spot that kind of TSD, don't do it. The one on the right Lightning Reed side, not Ares. Ares is just cool. It's good. This one's not. It's an eye dependency.
Yeah,
But that
pressure
is going
coming
to be
out.
enough to knock out Lightning Reed.
Yeah,
Very well played, both players.
very nice.
Right, Albatross again. Good old. If it ain't broke, why fix it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that.
Yeah, I think that was a stick spin from Arrowy.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Looks like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lightning
Lightning
had a
Reed.
very high center spire. That kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, that kind of killed.
Looks like he wanted that forward a little bit there. Tiny bit.
Oh no, the L misdrop on that PCO from Lightning.
No. Station lock.
I'm noticing that Arrowy takes the TSS out of stick spin. I guess for combo, I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Kind of
Interesting
strange,
choice.
but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Lightning is definitely a bit higher up now, so maybe it works. Who knows?
That's a very excellent combo extension coming out from Lightning Reed though into
Oh,
TSD into I believe is a counter 4. No, it will not go for that counter 4.
this T-spin is pretty risky, setting up an eye dependency on the left.
Yeah. We'll not go for that donation there, Lightning Reed, but Arrow E does not have a lot to work with.
Yeah.
I say not so lot. They are at the bottom of the board. So
Yeah, that was a pretty nice down stack from Lightning there. Into the TST.
into the mini T-spin, into the TSD. Very well played.
Yeah, and now
Very
Arrowy has
expedient.
a lot to deal with, especially with that eyepiece over the well, or over the like hole in their stack.
Oh, Lightning Reed did not go for that parapet there. Wonder why. Probably just thought it wasn't worth it. But we'll take another round from Arroway, and it is going to be match point.
Yeah, match point here.
Very long games these are.
Alright. Ooh, that's very clean garbage for Lightning. Gonna keep it going with this.
Ooh,
T-spin
Arroway
here.
does. Yeah, Arroway does not have a solution for that. Ooh.
This is, yeah, this is really scary, and that T-piece.
That's it. That's the end of that
That's it.
story. GG's, Lightning Reed taking the
GG.
win over Arroway and advancing further into the inner brackets. Okay. What do we have next?
What do we have next? Oh yeah, can you turn Komodo up a bit? Apparently, I think Komodo's a bit quiet. I had to turn him up to like 200 on my end, so
Uh,
yeah, just make sure you do that. All right. Anyways, oh, okay, it's already been done. Okay. All right. Yeah, but we have our next match already, I think.
Mr. Hats, is it? Mr. Hats? This is Marigio. Oh, Marigio is one of our staff, I think.
Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah. I don't know what waiting for spectators is. What do I do? Do I have to do something?
I don't think you have to. Mauricio is not ready. Yeah.
I don't know why it says waiting for spectators though.
Cheer. Cheers, love. You can enter. Who's that? This is weird.
I don't know what this is.
Can you rejoin? Can you exit and rejoin? Is that?
Oh, okay. There we
Yeah.
go.
That should work.
Maybe no?
No?
What what is this? I've never seen this before.
Can you open up the spectator list? See,
There's no
see
one
what's up.
else. Oh, they just have to start it. Yeah, I think there's like a
Yeah.
wait for spectators button. I don't know. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Who are they picking?
Right, we've got the good old. Oh no, he's not taking O. I'm sad. I'm disappointed. And Maru and Ali. These are very new characters. I'm familiar with the entire PPC ones that like
Yeah.
cast, but
Yeah, I think Ally originates in Puyo Chronicle, and Marl is from PPT too, so yeah, relatively new.
I see, I see.
Yeah, we're getting into Tetris vs Puyo here. Basically, like
Okay,
the namesake of this
early
event.
garbage. Early garbage is going to be a bit of a problem, but that is going to be a 4-chain for Mauricio regardless.
Oh,
Mr.
that
Hats,
spin from Hats.
yeah, insane SRS knowledge coming out here. Mauricio not is relentless with these chains though.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh,
That is. Yeah, that's.
ooh, that's painful. No.
Yeah, that buries everything. Mauricio really has to
Yeah.
burn down now, and this is not the greatest spot to be in. Pretty scary. And yeah, Hats
And
is
that's
keeping
it,
up the
I think.
pressure.
No, that's not it. It's not. That's not it yet.
Come on, can they clutch it out? And
Yeah.
unfortunately
That
cannot.
massive counter garbage coming from out from Mr. Hats, insane stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mr.
Alright.
Hats waited a bit as well. Got some of that good macro gameplay.
Yeah, I guess waiting a bit so that they bury more of the chain, but I think Mauricio built their trigger high enough to where, like, I don't know if that's actually an issue.
Yeah.
Ooh, that
Is
they are building up column 3 a lot, and like accepting any more garbage here will knock them out. Okay, able to.
it's very, yeah, it's a very good 3-chain find there.
Yeah, they still survive there.
Does not have enough yellows for that. Okay. Ooh, that 3 chain will knock out Mr. Hats. Very nice. Excuse me, I'm just looking at Puyo gameplay here. I'm not too familiar with it.
It's cool to watch, like,
Yeah.
cause like, I don't know, it's like you get to like watch them have to like deal with this garbage, and it's like interesting to see what they make of it, I guess. This is scary. Okay,
Ooh.
that one chain I don't think canceled
Ooh.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, and the gigantic X mark is going to get covered up.
Yeah, gotta be very careful of that column 3. Like sometimes you have to build in it to like keep your chain going, but at the same time it's like you really have to have a way out of it at any point, or else you get covered up.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, the Puyo greeting. Mechanic. There's going to be a bit of a forward coming up from Mr. Hads as well. Not going to be able to send too much, but Mauricio is at the bottom of the board. Oh, did you say that for Puyo? Is that a thing you say for Puyo?
I don't know. I don't commentate Puyo either. So,
We are very out of our element here.
yeah,
Excuse
trying our
us,
best.
chat. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a big chain though, and
Yeah,
that's
and that
yeah.
Mr. Hat. Yeah, hats off.
Yeah, like you only accept 8 lines at a time in Tetris vs Puyo, but Hat still can get to that eyepiece in time.
Oh, that's a misdrop on DT, I think. Bit of underdancing going on there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just 9-0 now. Oh no, this is not a good sight to. This is not a good situation to be in against Puyo.
Well, Hats is able to send it
9-0.
off though,
Uh,
and switches the side of the
Mauricio.
9-0 apparently.
Oh, I think it was. Yeah, okay, yeah. Mauricio got a bit like shaky there. I think it was it went for a very early chain instead of just like stacking up nub. I did not expect the opponent to, you know, to 9-0, not have any pressure whatsoever.
Mhm.
So 9-0ing, everything seems to be going fine. Not so much from Marigio. We'll need to find some yellows and some purples here, but we'll not find it. Third column, gone.
Yeah. Ooh, okay, all clear starting out for Mauricio here.
And that's a multiplier for whatever chain they find, right?
It's
So,
yeah, it like basically gives them like an extra layer of defense.
I see.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop that garbage today. Very nice. 63 stack coming up from Mr. Hats here. Going to find a bit of a cut copy as well. I don't know what this decision is though. Here, wasting 2 T pieces, but I don't think that's going to pose too much of a problem. Oh,
That's such
Marigio
a
finding.
yeah, rough misdrop combined with a pretty good chain from Mauricio.
Very nice 3 chain coming up from Marigio as well. Very good find. Very opportune find.
Nice PC coming out from Hats there.
Starting off very weak. With a 2 chain over here on Mauricio's side. Mr. Hats. Oh, forgot to rotate his TPs, I believe.
Yeah. And
Tiny Bakuran. Excuse me. anime sounds. I can't. It's no. uh,
All right. Ooh, Hats
yeah,
is a
good.
very jagged board to deal with. That is
Yeah,
rough.
and that's going to be
No,
double. Yeah, that's going to be a 3 chain coming out from Mauricio to finish him off.
yeah, just
4 to
no
3
IPC
right now.
fight.
Yeah. That is going to be Circu PC. No, it's not Circu. Okay, alright, fine.
Okay.
No Circu PC, I sleep.
Oh no, that
No,
misdrop.
oh no. Oh, it does convert it into a very nice little thing there.
Yeah.
You love to see it. Those dopey SRS kicks.
Yeah. Always a treat to watch.
Mm,
These power chains from Marigio have been pretty nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a massive clearance on that board.
Yeah, that is a powerful 3-chain.
Yeah. 5 to 3. Taking quite a bit of a lead here. Well, mostly
BT.
mentally. Ooh, BT, and I believe he is going to aim for DTP.
Well, no PC from Hats, but an all clear from Marigio. Very
Ooh,
good
very nice
find.
find, yeah. And after the BC, there was like a bunch of garbage as well, so that's like uh, yeah. So that garbage did basically nothing.
Yeah. Ooh, that's
Bit of
very
a mini
nice
forward here.
2-chain.
Oh, mini forward coming off of Mr. Hats, but that was a misdrop. Unfortunately, Mauricio quite the chance here. One chance.
Alright. This is... Hats has just kind of been stuck at the top of the board for a while. Finding that TSD to cancel, but still, I still kind of needs to take care of that board height. Yeah. Can't really
Yeah, that's
stay
a
at the
very good
top.
board state. That's a very
Yeah.
good board state. Oh my god, and finds the IEP scum as well. Very nice. Into the OPs. And yeah, I think they are pretty much out. Yeah. Okay, no, Mauricio's got other plans.
Yeah. Mauricio's definitely keeping up this pressure, but
Yeah,
Hats
we've got
sends off a
margin.
pretty big combo here, I think.
We've got margin time kicking in now. Things are
Oh,
getting a
yeah.
bit too tense for Mr. Hats, and that will be KO for the round. 6 to 3 from Mauricio.
Yeah. Mauricio taking a little bit of a lead here. Alright. Oh no, the
Oh
misspin on the
no!
DT. That's really unfortunate, especially with the all clear, like, from Mauricio.
It was going to
Yeah, that...
transform it into a forward wide as well. The good old classic DC forward. It did
Yeah.
not happen. But that is going to be a bit of a donation TSD into a simple yet effective what is it called again? Right, prophecy. Excuse me, I'm old. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast, much less.
Ooh.
Oh, it's going to be a double Tetris, very nice, and that's going to be a donation as well. Very interesting fix here. Coming out from Mr. Hats, and that is going to be enough to knock out Mauricio. I couldn't quite see what happened over there. Simply too engrossed in the magic that Mr. Hats took
Yeah.
out of his maps. Alright, bits of an SDSD coming out from Mr. Hats. Mauricio though. Yeah, very troubling board state.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that is. Oh no. Ooh, and that's knockout, I think. Yeah, there's no, yeah, very precise timing on those stands. I think that was not intentional, but yeah,
Works out.
unfortunate for Mauricio.
Okay.
Right,
Very
bit of
nice.
a an STMB. Do you call it? Do you still call it an STMB if it's on ground level?
I think you can.
Yeah. It's like I've seen people call it parapet, just like a variation of parapet. Yeah. Oh, very nice. STSD foresight coming out from Mr. Hats.
Yeah,
I'd like
wasting a
to.
few T's for it though. That's
I'd
unfortunate,
still,
but
I'd still like that kind of vision. I want it. Give it.
well, the issue is they've built up that center really high now. Gotta get down.
Yeah, you get severely punished if you were playing Puyo. Yeah, fortunately, this is Tetris, and the column is not worth much.
Mhm. This is a scary position to be in here for Hats.
We'll go for that double line clear. Trying to find those skims, trying to find those efficient skims. All
Oh
the
no!
IPs. Oh no, and the TP's misplacement. I think they tried to hold and like place the SPs there instead, but it's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the way, the SPs turned into a T. What can you do about it? That is going to be BT loop, or at least an attempt at BT loop.
Mm-hmm. Mauricio does have an all clear to work with right now.
Mm.
Going to fire it off. That is a big 4-chain.
Yeah, massive fortune, and
Yeah,
Mr.
especially
Hats
with
is
the all
not going to
clear.
survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 to 8 here. Hat's going for the DT cannon. Oh no, the
Oh,
misspin again.
he keeps doing that. He's doing it. I don't know why. We'll attempt to fix it. Very splendid TSD, but I think you're going to have to find something better than that for this entire situation. Going to go for a J piece overhang here, which is an interesting decision. Excuse me. As I stutter, it is getting quite late.
Right. Hats is making their way through this garbage, I think. Well, kind of just building on top of it to maintain pressure here.
Mm. Mauricio does not have a lot to work with here. Single
no.
one chain, and that one garbage block is going to end that entire career, that man's
Yeah.
entire career.
Unfortunate
Unfortunate.
RNG.
Yeah. 1 in 10 was it?
It's like 1 in 6, I think.
No, yeah, it's 1 in 6. A very weird continuation coming up from Mr. Hatter. Wanted to go for the LST continuation, but couldn't find it, so I just went for a T-piece waste. Mauricio. Oh, okay, that double garbage blocks. Going to need to find a bit more on that stack in the middle of the third column to be able to chain anything together. But finds it.
Oh, that's a good
Finds a
chain.
yellow piece. Yeah, that
Oh,
is
that
a
garbage
good
chain is so
chain.
smart.
Yeah, saw it from
And-
a mile away.
Yeah, and Hats is definitely getting punished for those misdrops. Let's see if Mauricio can close it out here.
Yeah, if you give Puyo players some time, they are not going to waste it.
Oh yeah, that's a good 2-chain.
Yeah, just to cancel out the garbage, and then here comes the trouble. Here comes the trouble.
Oh, that's big.
That's it. That's it. That's all she wrote.
6-9. Nice. We have a bit of LST from Hats.
Ooh, but that's a bad continuation for LSD though. We'll not find LSD here.
Well, it's fine. Still continue it in other ways.
Has a bad stack to be in as well against Puyo of all things. I wouldn't advise going 8-1 against Puyo unless you're doing something wonky like hamburger stacking. It's like
Yeah.
you know that one, yeah, you know that one thing that Amemia does? Like he repeatedly does hamburger stacking. No, it wasn't hamburger. No, it was Rancon, wasn't it? It was parapet. It was yeah, he just repeatedly does parapet. It's like a loop that he found, which is funny. It works well against Puyo as well on his strings, but will not work out the same way this time on this 8-1. Mr. Hat's continuous misdrops. We'll have to pay for it. 10-6 for Mauricio. And now we
Yeah.
see another attempt at BT, and let's hope to God he succeeds this time. Right, does find the entire DT C-spin, but not much else, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Finds a very nice fix to that stack as well. Very nice optimization on the stacking. Mauricio does not have a lot to work with here, I don't think. Oh, blocks off the purple piece. That garbage. He wanted that purple. He wanted a purple and a blue there, I think. Just kept cycling till he got it. But okay, getting some blues. Trying for purple blues again, and got a 2-chain after so much trouble.
Yeah, nice TST from Hats there.
Yeah, this is the thing about Puyo Puyo versus Tetris though, is it? Like the thing that wins for the Tetris player is just like consistency. You just periodically send like a certain amount of lines and you just win straight up. There's no like if you don't, as long as you don't give the Puyo player time, it's just a wrap. But Mr. Hatter will not be able to do that this time, unfortunately.
That was an unfortunate
Um,
stack there.
yeah, some misdrops going on with that finesse. Very unfortunate. Again, PPT, as you said, is very precision demanding.
Yeah, for sure. Hats finding a Z spin to kind of fix up that misdrop. Yeah. Ooh, that is a good 3-chain. Mauricio's in a pretty good position here.
Yeah. We'll find a. We'll find a nice way to counter 4 into a good TSD. Marigio, everything's covered up pretty much. We'll have to find a way to dig through using single chains. Yeah. Things are not looking up from Marigio here, I don't think, and the pressure just keeps piling up and up. I don't think
Yeah.
Marigio's got much. Oh, that's going to be a double chain, right? Very nice, clearing out the garbage, sending some back, and the weather is clear. The sky is cloudless, and it's grounds for some slaughter. Let's see. Okay, finds the double chain again. Okay, everything's cleared out now. Need some yeah, need some blues, need some green here, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, no, just yeah, he's just going to go for some double chains, and that's it. That is enough. Yeah, I think I think margin time kicked in there, so
Yeah, that 2-chain did a lot.
yeah.
Alright,
Let's
and
see.
Mauricio, I think, has access to that chain there. I'm gonna set it off.
Ooh, very nice combo extension coming out from Mr. Hats.
Ooh, yeah, that
Going to
was
be a
nice.
6th run. Only going to be a 6th run though, unfortunately. Excuse me, 6th combo. I'm used to Japanese way of calling them.
Alright.
A very interesting decision there. Oh, it's a beautiful conversion by Mr. Hats, but I don't think it was the smartest of moves.
Yeah, it works out, but Hats isn't in the greatest of positions here.
It was beautiful though, you have to admit. It was great. It was great. Very good conversion.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Hats couldn't quite build up for that counting to 4.
Yeah, you know, because he isn't everything in life, you have to look inside. You have to plan ahead. It's going to be standard Fonzie TK into a misdrop. Fonzie TKI into a misdrop. I suppose. Okay, very nice donation on the SPs there for Mr. Hats, but Marigio does have quite the potential for counter-attacking under all that garbage. So if only he can make his way down using the... Oh, he can, and he finds it. And it's going to be a 5-chain, a 6-chain. No, and yeah, very nice. Mr. Hats barely survives by the skin of his teeth. Finds another double chain.
Alright, and Mauricio is on match point now.
Alright. It's going to be LST, I believe. Coming out from Mr. Oh no, that's a ruined LST, yeah. Oh no, that misdrop as well. Alright, let's see.
Alright. Hats is waiting a bit, I think.
Origio doesn't have a lot here. That garbage is too much to deal with, and that's just going to be top out.
Yeah.
7 to 14. Long way to go.
Yeah, Hats has to win a lot here.
Yeah. And let's hope those wins will start with this BT cannon.
This is yeah, Hats is keeping up this BT. Is this the is this
Marigio would have gotten that PC there. All clear, rather.
yeah. Got hit with the garbage though.
Hmm.
I like that STSD continuation.
Yeah, it was nice. It was very smooth. Oh, why? Sometimes Mr. Hat does things and I just don't understand.
Ooh,
Oh, barely makes it out.
yeah, scary position here.
Yeah, scary situation. Like, you don't want to be in this on match points. Barely makes it. Ooh.
This is really rough. Also, the eye waste is not great, and yeah, that's gonna be it.
Yeah. GG's, Marigio taking the win very convincingly, 15 to 7. Very nice. Very well played from both players. Mr. Hats could not keep up the constant pressure, and I think that's like his general downfall. Other than that, like as long as he kept up the pressure, like we could clearly see that Origio would always be in a tight spot. But
Mhm.
we are moving on.
Yeah.
Deeper into the brackets again. Um, who do we have?
I think. Okay, so I think we're going to go into the 2v2 match.
Okay, 2v2 match. So how? Oh, dear God, how do I commentate these?
I mean, I think the main thing is you have to be aware of I think in 2v2 matches, I've said this before, the strategy is the Tetris player covers the Puyo player as the Puyo player builds up like a big chain.
I see.
Yeah, that's like the strategy I think is like optimal and pretty good.
You just so Tetris player, constant pressure, just like try and dish out and like just annoy them if you can. And then the Puyo player just like just sit down, just chill, and just like try and get some like longer and longer chains and just finish off. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. So
Yeah, and that requires some coordination, I think.
yeah, I tell you what, if I were the Tetris player, I would just do ST stacking, and that's it. It's kind of nice. ST stacking. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, it should.
I'm not sure about that, but we'll see, I guess.
But yeah, hello chat. I have finally tuned into our Twitch to start reading chat. Excuse me. This entire time I just could not find the link. For the life of me. Yeah. It's going to be Shark Nguyen, I believe, a very prominent Vietnamese player. I believe he is the current #1 Tetrio player in Vietnam. No, I don't think it's Shark. It's someone else. But he used to be very prominent. Used to be very strong, very respected player in Vietnam. And then his teammate is Nickel Yang, I believe it was. Very cute name, obviously. Where the hell is the matchup names?
Oh,
Where the
wait,
hell
they're
is it?
ready.
They are ready. Alright, let's go.
Alright.
Oh no, it's Shotween and Johnny Bones. Johnny Bones. What a damn name that is. What? What's a name? What's an absolute name? Uh, versus Void and Manfreda. J Manfreda. Freda. Freda. I don't. I'm half British. I don't know. I don't know names. It's not something I can do. Not supported on this OS. I'm afraid. Johnny Bones and Charlie versus Void and Freda. Okay. Two of them already
Yeah.
at least. We got
Yo.
some. I believe it is important not to pay attention to their ratings.
Yeah.
These these are these are scams. These are absolute scams.
I think ratings are literally determined by like, well, I mean, obviously like winning and losing games, but also you just choose the rating you start out with.
Yeah,
So
you just choose it. You just go and you choose it. It's fine. Shotwing obviously a bit reserved. So he picked Shotwing, Void, and Johnny Bones. Obviously a bit reserved. So they picked 1K. So yeah, but Fredo was like, oh no, I'm not 1K. I don't seem like a 1K. I deserve 2 at least.
Hello.
Going
well,
for it.
hi.
Hello, hi,
How's it
Yeah,
Moose.
going?
I'm
How's it
gonna
going?
be Moose is gonna be subbing in for me.
All right, cool.
Hi, hello.
No worries. Hey,
I
Komodo.
do believe this is the first time we've spoken on VC.
Yes,
Uh,
actually, and this is like the second time in my life I've ever commentated. Both times last minute. So,
I see, I
please,
see.
I guess, be gentle with me. I've
No,
no, like
no,
this is a
no,
little new experience for me, but I'll try my
no,
best.
you be gentle with me. I don't. I am known to be quite a bit unhinged.
Yeah.
I
All right.
don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's
You know,
fine.
man, I like to have fun, so we'll be okay. All right. So I'm guessing the teams are Johnny Bones and Boy Freda versus Shard Ewan and Void.
Wait, is it? Wait, what? Wait, wasn't it Johnny Bangs and Shark Moon on the same thing? What?
Nah, I don't
Oh
think
no,
so. It's
wait,
always Puyo versus
wait,
and Tetris versus Puyo and Tetris. They just didn't join the room in the correct
in
order.
the right order, yeah.
Like it's kind of a annoying part of doubles. Like you have to make sure everyone joins at the same time to give like the best visual experience. But we're okay. We
Yeah,
can work with this.
it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so it's
All right.
Shark Moon and Frida, right?
Yeah, you know, Shard is kind of a like someone a lot of people don't really know about. Very great like all around PPT player. They can or just Tetris player in general. They can kind of play any game. And I'm surprised Void is already out. I guess he got knocked out early by an early chain from Boyfreda.
Yeah, Shark Moon doing very well with those defensive line sensor.
Yeah, but Johnny Bones is in a really bad situation. He kind of just stopped sending. I don't understand, but they still got the round, so it's okay.
This going to be a synchronous
Yeah,
knockout, but
yeah,
yeah, Freda's still alive, obviously. So
yeah. Yeah, so let me explain the win condition for doubles. The Tetris player has to make sure they send constant damage, simply just to make sure that the other Puyo player does not send a chain, because the Puyo chain is what's going to end up killing both opponents. It's going to do the best chance. And see how Boyfreda is sending real early again. But Void got the chain this time, and I believe it's like a 7 chain. Oh, it's a power. So
ooh,
and
ooh,
yeah, that's just gonna take the other team completely.
ow, owie.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
it's done. It's over. Boy, he didn't have to even send that second chain.
Azura brought that up earlier. I told him like if I were Shot and Green right now, I'd be just doing SD stacking, just forget about everything else.
Yeah, just like just send something, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the actual like best meta for this is I believe sending an early PC as quick as you can. That will
I see.
that will just interrupt everyone. Ooh, that's another all clear by Void. There's a second all clear. Let's
Oh
go.
my god.
Yeah,
Oh my
goodbye,
god,
Johnny.
boy.
Goodbye, Johnny.
This is
It's over.
actually unfair. This
Yeah.
is actually unfair.
That was beautiful. I really enjoyed
Oh.
that. Luckily, since it's PVT, okay, it's done. It wasn't even. There's no chance for Johnny there.
Look at that garbage stack on 3 days.
Yeah.
Jesus.
All right. So Void is a significantly better Puyo player than Boyfredo. So Boyfredo is gonna have to focus on sending faster chains if he wants to. Oh, I see. I think Shard was listening to me about the PCs sending enough early damage.
Stop listening to the stream.
Okay,
That's
Void got the
one
chain
thing.
off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's an 8 chain, I believe, by Void, and he's gonna send it all back to them.
Yeah. 8 chain.
Yes,
Let's go. What's a god?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Johnny's gonna have to send a little more pressure if he wants to stop Void from sending those big 8 chains, big 9 chains. That'll just kill instantly. He's gonna
Johnny
have to.
needs to find those like
Stop.
stacking
Yeah. He just need. Oh no.
Oh no, do you think it's Sega? Is it a Sega moment?
Yeah, it's
It
a
is
Sega moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But remember the score. It's 3-1, so we'll start from
it's
there.
3-1. Yeah.
Oh no, is Azura not here?
Azura? Yeah, okay, yeah. Azura is AFK, I think. Oh no.
Okay. Well, we'll try. We'll try with me. I'll start PPT and screen share. Wait.
No,
Okay. Cool.
Azura
Okay.
is
Azura's
online.
okay. Azura's here. All right.
Azura's
Cool.
back. Welcome back,
Hey.
Azura.
I had to go for a second.
And they disconnected the moment you went.
All right. We'll have him create the room again, and we'll start from 3-1. Also, why is that my reactive image? What's going on?
Probably set it as
I did. Yeah, for the joke. I did not give. I did not give consent for this. Oh no. Oh no! Nobody's supposed to see this. Okay, it's fine. Everything is fine. Everything's
good
okay.
reactive image. Good reactive image.
Oh
right
my
there, say
God.
so myself.
This is actually for the bit between me and Jendrak fan for I think Ren's birthday bash, and yeah, I had one for him too, and he was not too happy about it.
I see.
He did not want to be a PNG tuber that day, and I kind of did it without his permission, so this is like karma for me.
I believe like the server saves individual images for individual UIDs. So like
yeah, so I'll have to fix that later, but it's okay. I'll take this L for today.
Massive L.
Yeah. Let's see. So Johnny Void joined first. Okay, this is gonna make it again where the teams are not segmented. Why is Arisa joining?
Alright, if it's shot and green's gone, boys.
Okay. All right. This is gonna be the layout's gonna be different again. So the player 1 and 2 will be on the same team, and then player 2 and 4 will be on the same team. So we should be okay. Usually, what we do is have the teams create the room and join first for doubles events, and then have the other team join later, just to make sure both teams are on the other side. But we should be able to work with this.
Yeah. So Johnny Bones in chat right now. Honored to have the one and only Moose commentating my match.
I appreciate it, Johnny. This pleasure's mine. I'm always a big Johnny Bones fan.
Commentating with Moose from PK. Let's go.
Okay. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay, so If Void joins now, okay, there we go. So now teammates are on
Let's go.
the opposite ends. So this should be best for spectating.
Yeah, let's go.
But yeah, let's see. They'll trade their good luck, have funs, and start the match.
Let's get this party started.
Let's go. What I really want to see is if the teams will choose the same characters with the opposite voices. That's like the option select for this, like throw your opponents off. Show some real synergy. They say choose your choice of character in PPT doesn't matter, but I highly disagree. It's like one of the biggest metas.
You go O and you win. That's it.
Nah, I think O is like if you want to piss your opponent off and have them like go try hard against you, that's the character you select.
Well, it's the psychological damage, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
Oh, okay, we're already having trouble at the.
Yeah, this looks to be Sega.
Yeah. I mean,
possibly just-
doubles to like really work, like all 4 people have to have the best internet connection, right? And
yeah, part of me just wants to blame Shark Wing because we do have a thing called Vietnamese internet.
yeah. Okay. I'm my guess. No offense to Shard. I think Shard might need to be replaced for this match if you guys want to continue. I don't think it's gonna work. Like I don't think doubles is gonna work in this situation. Yeah, all 4 people usually have to be like pretty close, like proximity, and have to have pretty good connection.
Yeah. If Shot's listening to the stream, you can download Warp on 1.1.1. This is not sponsored.
Yeah. See, the PPT is one of those games where it's actually amazing to play, like fun game, but then like the internet code can like it could drive you up the wall a bit, right? Like it could be make you the best experience of your life, and then it'll make it the worst experience of your life. But yeah, I think that's Johnny's probably right. The 4-player format causes a bit more trickiness.
Connection was mostly okay earlier, but I think with 4-player it becomes an issue. No, it went past 1 a.m. earlier, so that's when things go to shit. If you didn't know, that's when things go down the gutter, generally for us. So unfortunately. We'll, do we give it another go?
Okay, so Gigawatt is now joining the fray for this. This is kind of scary for Johnny Bones and Boyfreda. We'll see how it goes. Gigawatt's like one of the best American PPT players, so like maybe has a claim for maybe top like 3 players in the US or even the West in general. So, and he's joining Void, who's like the undisputed #1 Puyo player in the West right now.
So they're just going to win. Is that?
I mean, I believe in Johnny Bones and Boyfriend. I believe they'll come up with a plan because this is doubles, right? It's not about being the best singles player. It's about being the best doubles player.
I mean, you have both,
Let's see. All right, they've gone into it, and they're both on the correct side. So I believe this should be they should be ready. Let's get it on. Oh, Gigawatt's in the chat. I'm cheering for you, Giga, but not really because I'm a commentator and I have to be unbiased. But all right, I can't wait for this match.
Rafi.
All right,
let's go.
All right, let's go. They've chosen their sides, and the match is starting. All right. Seems a lot better now.
Yeah. We've got the 2 damage dealers in the center, and we've got Gigawatt Gaming going for a TKI flat top.
Yeah.
Was it? I think.
I think it was flat top, and he's going. He's kind of zooming right now, and he's giving Void all the time he needs to send his chain, and it's like, see, that was kind of expected. But the thing about Gigawatt is he can play just as fast in 4-player format as he can in 2-player format. So In doubles, you see the Q on top actually kind of messes up your ability to like play as fast because you like you
I
have to
use
kind of
it.
yeah. I mean, so you still have to look for Q, like especially if you're like planning for things like
Yeah.
like PC or something. Yeah, but okay, Giga just kind of destroyed them with that down stack combo and another quick win. But yeah, like the Q being on top kind of like messes things up for the Tetris player, especially with just 3-piece previews. But
Yeah.
yeah, like as you can see, it's not really bothering Giga at all. And
You guys got some experience with that.
yeah. All right, it's teaspoon single to the preserve. Oh, now he got a fractal set up, and
No T in sight though. Finds
yeah.
it.
I think Void is just. I think this is Giga's just kind of taking out that team by himself. Like Void's chains are helping, but Giga's kind of doing on his own, and Void's gonna finish with that power. No, not 7 chain at the end, regular 7 chain,
Yeah, it's
and
gone.
it's,
Yeah,
it's kind of
yeah,
it's kind of gone.
yeah.
This is kind of a mismatch, but I know. I think maybe Johnny and Boyfriend kind of knew what they were getting themselves into. I think Johnny needs to send quick. He needs to he needs to disrupt Void if they're gonna have any kind of win condition because Gigawatt's not gonna be stopped. He's just gonna keep doing this,
I
and
mean, Johnny's going for 63, yeah, which
it's not gonna work. He needs to go something faster. He
yeah,
needs to do an opener, and okay, it's too late for that. Now it's Boyfriend kind of gave up there,
yeah.
and it's a match point now.
Roy didn't even have to send anything.
Yeah, he doesn't. Gigawatt is strong enough to take to do 3-on-1 if he had to in this situation, and he's now going for it. He's now going for MS2, and he's gonna get the PC.
Quick question: why is he not doing a 3v1? Is that
What was that?
why is he not doing a 3v1? I feel like that would be a bit more fair.
That would probably be a bit more fair because this is Gigawatt we're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen. Okay, and it's pretty much over. I don't know if you ever saw Amamiya versus the World match on YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Like, yeah, so it's basically the same issue. It's the same situation, and he's just looping DPC now, and
Oh
it's
my
just,
god.
yeah, this was yeah, this is not a match to begin with, but GG's to both teams. I mean, they tried their hardest. It was a great effort by Team Johnny Bones and Boyfreda, but when you get the two best Tetris and Puyo players in the West, it's kind of was expected with just about anybody playing them. But GG's to both teams. And all right, I think is that it for today?
Today, like the entire day.
Yeah, like for the turn for Ragnarok Prelude.
Ah, I see.
Let me see if there's any other matches in place.
We're doing one more with Void and Gigawatt.
Oh, we still have Void versus Gigawatt in the end. That's actually an amazing match.
Gigawatt. Yeah, okay. That's worth.
This is actually an insane match. Like this is a rematch of PCO7 Grand Finals actually, where
Void was the 1000 rating.
yeah, the rating doesn't matter in PPT too.
Yeah.
You can't find a match anyways.
It's just funny to me. I know.
But last time these guys played in PCO7, let me check the score, but it was a pretty even match for the most part, and but Gigawatt ended up taking the championship trophy for PCO7, and Void put up a great fight though, and 32 margin time did play a big effect in the match.
Yeah.
Basically, like allowed Void to survive long enough to start being able to actually send damage back to Gigawatt. Since Gigawatt's pressure is just so insane, like his back-to-back, his like his ability to PC over and over again, it's just like in a slower game in PPT, it's seen as something a little bit harder, but
yeah, I saw a glimpse of that earlier. He's looping DPC as well.
Yeah,
Jesus
with
Christ.
with line clear delay, you expect the players not to be able to do that, but Gigawatt somehow pulls it off because he's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I've seen Furia does it a lot as well.
Well, that's like now you're just talking about two crazy players here, right? Like you're not even talking about the well. All right, so he all right, Giga starts with LST.
Yeah,
And
very standard, very nice, very clean OST.
yeah,
I
Void
think
interrupts that with
very
a double, with a 2 chain.
Yeah.
But Gigawat's not stopping. He's got this LSD. He's sticking to it. He's not trying to go back down. He's just gonna continue this pressure.
He's stopping. He's stopping. Going for a an SDSD here, I believe.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh.
And
nice.
yeah, so
think that was a
Void has no resources right now. It's gonna take him a lot to get out of this.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to he's gonna have to build at least a 2 or 3 chain to defend. But I don't see it coming. I think this is I think this might be Giga's round. Yep.
Yeah. Played coming out from Gear. What game?
Yeah.
Guy's gaming.
He's good. He's trying to make sure he doesn't have to go to the 32 seconds. So he's gonna try to send as much early pressure as possible. He goes for okay, cool. All clear from Void. And Gigawat's just still continuing this pressure. This he's going to 6-3 now.
Yeah.
It's not the most not as efficient obviously as LST, but he allows you to go as fast as you want, so you can actually end up outputting more pressure.
Yeah, the golden rule of Tetris. If you don't know what to do, just go quick.
Just for 6-3. Yeah. But now Giga is gonna have to go down, or he's gonna be in big trouble because Void has all he has to do is just pop these purples, and he's got this big chain in column 4. He's just taking garbage right now because he knows he can, and once he gets the purples, he got the chain off. That's great. I didn't even see that he could continue the chain from that angle, but six chain is pretty big.
Yeah. I was going to say Gigawatt in a bit of a situation, but I wouldn't say
But all right,
it's a bit more than a little bit of a situation.
Yeah. So I believe what Void has built up. I could be corrected by chat, but in Puyo they have what they call the holy counter and the double counter, I believe. So basically, it's like how you build vertical chains on either side. I guess one side is holy and one side is basically just evil.
I
I believe
I do see that a lot. Yeah.
So I believe this is the holy counter, but a nice 5 chain by Void.
Yeah.
Should put Giga on his back feet for a second.
Yeah.
But
one is
he's counting to 4 to make sure he can continue this back-to-back pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, but he broke back-to-back.
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah.
Couldn't find a reliable way to keep going with it.
Yeah, and Void got the green, so that's a big 2 chain, 2 power 2, and another 2 chain to kind of. Oh no, Giga cancels, so he might be able to survive this next onslaught.
Ooh, very nice fix coming out from Gigawatt.
Yeah,
Void,
he's getting down.
Yeah,
and he's
very
now Giga is stalling so he can make sure that the garbage doesn't cancel out and sends. That's like one of the bigger strats for Puyo versus Tetris, is that if you see the chain happening and you feel like you can survive it, you'll continue. You'll stop before. You tank it, and then you send once you're able to. You just have to make sure you survive that attack. But that's one of the main win conditions for PVT. And Giga's getting down. He's doing really great. He's tanking again so he can make sure he can send that damage back. But it doesn't matter because Void had a follow-up chain. And
that's a very nice combo to
yeah, but Giga's this is gonna be huge from Giga. But okay, Void is able to saw that and was able to cancel.
Yeah, Giga's doing everything there.
And Giga's down. Oof,
yeah,
that was pretty.
IP's SRS very devastating.
Yeah. And all right, let's see what Giga starts out with this time. I'm surprised he hasn't been okay. He messed up his 6-3 sprint. But I think he'll get back on track in a second. But in the meantime, Void was able to build this monster chain.
Alright.
Oh, this is a 7 chain.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh, Giga, are you okay? Giga, you
Giga,
need some.
Giga's fine. He's continued the combo. He's gonna be able to bury some of this. But Void just has to pop the blues to start the chain, and there he goes. That's 4 chain, I believe, or that's power 3. I'm not the best at reading chains, but I'll try my best. And but Void still has a ton of resources, and yeah, he's gonna set him off right now with another 4 chain, and he got Giga again.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna implore Giga to play his real strategy, which is PC setups. He hasn't been trying that. He's just been trying to very hard back-to-back pressure.
Yeah,
But
which
there
has
he
been
goes.
very
There he goes.
satisfying to look at,
That's
but-
what Giga needs to be doing, because this is his
Yeah.
game. But Void has a 4 chain coming in, so
Oh,
as long as Giga can keep this pressure, he can cancel out a lot of what Void has been trying to do. But I think it's over pretty much. Oh, TST tower! I saw this coming.
let's go.
Let's go. We love this. Oh no. Okay, Giga tanked on purpose to send more,
Mm,
and he's stalling just to make sure that the damage gets sent to Void. And now, okay, it's still not buried. The greens are still available for Void to chain, and it's gonna be a 4 chain.
It's going to be a cut copy in response, eh?
Yeah. And nice. He's gonna
Ooh, and
continue
the
this
down
combo.
tap combo as
Oh,
well, yeah.
this is beautiful.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, this is death if Void enough garbage. Okay, so Void is able to cancel some of it. Okay, he still has access to the greens.
Oh,
So
that SRS coming up from Gigawatt.
and
Such
it's gonna be
brilliant.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's fine.
And
Such a brilliant fix.
yeah, I think I'm paying a little too much attention to Void, seeing how if I can actually read his chains. But yeah, Void, I mean, Giga's doing okay. He just Void is just like now taking it to the point of the match where 32-second March time does come in and sends more damage. He's doing a good job at surviving Giga's onslaught initially.
Very nice.
But let's see what Giga got in store. His TKI to LST. Oh no, he's just going to regular 7-2 stacking. Void kind of popped earlier than I thought he was. It's gonna be a 4 chain. But Giga seems ready for it. He's gonna sending a lot of back-to-back pressure.
Oh, that's a
Ooh,
very good stack conversion as well. What it used to be into
that
this
misdrop, yeah. And a TST.
Ooh, well, that's a mad conversion. That's
Yeah.
a mad conversion.
For sure. And he's gonna get this miracle down stack and send. Okay. Oh, he hasn't buried. If he doesn't have blues, okay, there he goes. Whew. Void got kind of saved there. And yeah, he just has to pop the yellows and he'll set his chain off. Oh, it wasn't as big as I thought it was gonna be.
Giga's got quite a bit to work with here, I think.
Yeah, he's not Giga's not playing as fast as usual. Like this is usually a matchup that he can win. But he's just not he's not playing as fast or optimally as possible. He's misdropping a bit. We'll see if he can get this back on track.
The opportunity for the comeback is still quite,
Yeah, it's the first to 15. That's far from over, and this is Gigawatt we're
Yeah.
talking about. All right. Yeah, this speedy LSD is gonna do wonders for him.
Void countering with a 3 chain.
Nice.
Everything is still covered up.
Yeah, and unless you can put a green on those reds, it's not gonna. Oh, the blues are trigger. Void needs another pair of blue and reds, and then he got the 2 reds. Oh, no, he didn't.
got it.
He did not get the red to fall down on column 5,
Yeah.
and it's a
That's
wrap.
it. Yeah.
All right, Giga's coming back now. He's letting us know it's not over.
Yeah. Confirming our suspicions.
Yeah, but now he's going back to just 6-3, and this is probably what he should be doing instead of LST. You can output more,
Yeah.
way more pressure, back-to-back pressure with this. And
Yeah,
also, I don't know if
actually-
I don't know if you knew, but like T-spins and are actually nerfed in Puyo versus Tetris.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I've
like-
heard about it. Yeah.
So like a TSD sends, I believe, 3 lines instead of 4. I can be corrected by
see.
chat, and a TST only sends 4 lines. So TSTs are actually pretty inefficient, but still send the massive damage, as you can see. It's a good way to resolve your stack too, if you know, if you have residue for a
capitals in
TST.
it, Yeah.
Yeah. And
going to be
Void seems
expensive.
pretty buried. This might be a wrap if he can't get purples. Yeah, this is. Ooh, no, Void is still surviving. These and once you get to minor times, these 1 chains, 2 chains are going to be a little more effective. When he got a 4 chain right here, I spoke way too soon. All right, let's see how Void might get this Miracle Dig.
Very nice fix with the JPs into TSD. Very nice.
Oh, this power to the 3. This is death.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, not enough. 6-2 now. Boy is still claiming that victory for the time being. Okay, MS2. That's good.
Yeah, this is actually a good strategy for Giga. Void needs to.
I was expecting MS2 DPC, but
Yeah, he kind of didn't get the. Probably didn't see the PC there. But 6 chain from Void. This is gonna send a lot of damage.
ooh. Very nice counter 4. Very calm counter
Yeah.
4. Coming out from
Yeah.
Giga.
For sure. And he's preserving back to back. Be amazing.
Yeah, it's over for Void, I believe, with all this. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be Kearns. He still has reds, and we countered him out too early last time. Oh no, Giga! Oh no!
Giga!
The misdrop at the top. That's so painful.
This curse.
Yeah, he had it. He had it too. This was his round.
Oh my god. Very colorful solutions on
Yeah,
MKO.
Yeah, those are like pretty good donations he had set up.
Yeah.
And okay, Void got to the blues. This is gonna be I believe a 4 chain.
Alright,
And
fight the threats.
but this is actually smart by Giga to not just send in the middle of Void's attack. This meant that he could basically send damage to Void. And
another counter no.
And there's a donation. And Giga's keeping back to back pretty well, but he's gonna have to get down now. And he got the the 2 chain. If he can get these reds, there's no reds. He's got the blues. He got okay. This is done.
Yeah. Oh, one line garbage, and the queue wasn't looking great either.
Yeah, this is the pure RNG moment.
Yeah.
It's not like Tetris where you can just cycle through pieces and know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You might never get your colors. It's like I believe Puyo has like a 200 something bag, and it's a PC. Okay, never mind. He had an extra piece, but Giga was really close to getting that PC from 6-3 stacking.
It's going to be a 6 chain coming out.
Yeah.
Versus... Oh my god, that garbage.
Yeah, so clean. Sometimes garbage is not garbage. Sometimes garbage is not fair in PPT, right? Like one person will get cheesed up, and the other person will get like the cleanest garbage in the world. And
luck is part of skill.
I mean, part of PPT is also like knowing how to cancel.
Yeah.
So like there's still a skill element to getting back down. And damn, Giga's on fire right now. He's playing his game and he's imposing his will against Void. All right, let's see what these guys got going. Oh, he's got STSD. Let's go.
It's an STC, yes, indeed. Avoid and yeah, that ball is not looking too great, but we'll find a very nice chain out of
Yeah.
it.
A nice 4 chain
Cool.
to cancel to. Oh, another STSD. Let's yeah, he's just
Same
continue
position
this.
as well.
Yeah. So the stack's not looking too optimal for Giga, but he cleans it up pretty easy. He had 2 eye dependencies that kind of slowed him down. But
Mm.
all right, Giga's continuing this pressure, but he's gonna break back to get back down to the board. Count to 4 is not there. Void is in a bit trouble. He has resources, but like he needs his purples now, and he's not gonna get them.
Taking it back 5-7
Yeah.
gigawatt.
Giga is basically just telling us it's not over till it's over. So, all right. Oh, this is Jen's favorite opener. Was it right? Okay, it's not Jen's favorite opener. Right side LST, but okay. So Void needs to pop those purples to set off, I believe, a 4 chain, unless I'm reading this wrong. Oh, it's just a 2 chain. There was no greens. Oh, and Void has a lot built in the center. It's going to be kind of tough. Okay, he gets back down.
Ooh.
A Puyo player's worst enemy is column 3, and yeah, there it goes.
To be about it, yeah.
Oh, all clear start. I mean, it's gonna add I think a little bit of boost, but not enough. I believe it sends a whole rock of damage to your opponent. Ooh, what is this DT cannon? That's a Trinity, actually.
Yeah, that's a Trinity, but like it's gory.
It's actually this is what I love about Giga. He always has like fun building these kind of setups. So I enjoy watching him so much.
Is it theory though, or was that for the freestyle? It looks like freestyle. But...
Yeah, it's probably just freestyle. I don't think it was intentional.
Yeah.
But like when you're as good at stacking as Giga is, like things like that is just pretty easy to build, right?
I'm just wondering if it was like theory, because like if it were, I would like to learn it.
Yeah, I think he's just like recognizing the shape and just building it, right? Like I think Firestorm has said that before. Like when people ask him how he builds the T cannon, he goes like, "I just build it, right? It just you just recognize the shape and you make it." Okay, this is MS2 again, but was that MK? I didn't really see the beginning of that. Giga's continuing this back to back and burying him, but he got the blues. That's a 6 chain. But Giga's waiting to make sure that he doesn't absorb all that damage.
Yeah, difficult queue for Giga. Yeah, couldn't quite find anything to continue that back to back with. So it is.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see the 3 chain in that. The greens and reds popped up exactly how Void wanted them to. And Giga's in a lot of trouble. This is not looking good at all. This is probably not recoverable.
4 chain.
Yeah.
69 for Gigawatt Gaming.
All right. Let's see how Giga responds to this. Okay, he has MS2. This is MS2. Oh no!
Oh no!
He misdropped the L. But
I had to fix it with a forbidden T-spin.
Yeah, but he resolved the stack pretty well. But Void has a power 3, a big power 3. That was huge, and it's gonna be a 4 chain.
Nice conversion into a TST will help Gigawatt cancel somewhat.
Yeah, for sure. Giga might just stay on top of here and continue his 6-3 stacking and great count to 4. Okay, and he's not able to open up the well immediately, so he has to break back to back. But he's doing pretty good. But Void's gonna send another power 2, up to a 3.
Gigawatt opted to extend that combo instead of
Yeah, I think I think he'd rather just absorb the damage now than later, right? Like thing about just trying to zoom in PvT is that if you're not paying attention and your opponent sense, you can be in the middle of an attack like that and just absorb all that damage and be
Does
curtains.
make, yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
But yeah, Void is kind of smooth in here. Oh, is this gonna be an all clear start? This is gonna be an all clear start. And this
And that's an all clear start for Giga as well.
this is an all clear battle, and I don't think Puyo can win an all clear battle between Tetris. This is a 3 chain, so it's pretty good defensive. But Giga's, I mean, Void's still gonna absorb a bunch of damage from this. TST from Giga count.
Many into TSD, I believe.
Oh, nice. So he was able to preserve back to back pretty well for that. But this is a 4 from Void, so it's going to send a bunch of damage. Oh, and I think Stream probably lost vision, so we're gonna have to like still give people a visual, like an auditory view of the match.
It's a podcast now.
That's it. Yeah, it's a Tetris. It's the first like Tetris podcast where we actually just talk about the game instead of like the community. Oh no, that misdrop from Giga. And
oh
man, Giga's having some rough misdrops, but he's not giving up. Okay, there it goes.
Finally gave up at the end there.
Yeah, I think at some point that was not. He just realized it wasn't winnable anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a MS2 again, but all clear start from Void. Ooh,
Right, that's going to be
yeah, DPC.
MS2,
Void
DPC.
just needed a pop 1 to interrupt that PC. And yeah, all he needs is to pop those purples, and he'll have a pretty big chain. He might put a blue on top. Okay, that's a big 5 chain.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is not sure what to do now, I don't think.
Oh no, he knew exactly what he was doing. He was waiting to cancel.
Just
like but yeah, he's kind of back on his back foot right now.
Yeah.
But Void's pressure just insane. Ooh, I don't think that was intentional. I think he planned on doing a TSD right there, but actually dropped the L.
Yeah, it was blocked off by the the S.
Yeah. Whew. This is intense. Okay, Giga going for a PCO. Oh, but didn't get it, so he sets up a Kaidan.
Oh, that's smart. I need to learn that. What
Yeah, I see a lot. I see a lot. Dormy does that a lot himself. Like if he doesn't get the PCO, he'll just go straight into Kaidan. And it helps preserve back to back because the first is a TSS mini. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah, okay. Now Giga's just moving. He's showing his sub 33 sprint time. Oh no! See if he can get it in this time. What is going on, Giga?
What is that SRS? No.
Oh, poor Giga.
You can't have everything, eh?
You can't have everything in life. Life is not fair. But Giga has this huge downstack that will bury Void if he doesn't pop his chain. Okay, and he sends it back with a 4. And Giga gets his Void his well open, so he's in okay shape. He just needs to hurry up and get down before Void can set off again.
does not seem to be working out too well, as yeah, that cavity down there is quite trouble. Yeah.
And it's another for Void. I mean, you know, Giga's come back from higher deficits, so it's not over. It's far from over.
Mm,
He's just gonna have to. He's just gonna have to. I mean, what can he say? He's just gonna have to send more because Void is really good at this vertical chaining. Like, ooh, this is Giga. This is Void's match. This is Void. I mean, this is Giga's match. It's Void
Giga
Void was
fishing
buried.
for that.
Yeah, he was fishing the PCs and he got Void buried before he gets set off main chain.
Mystic 3 again, really?
Yeah, he's just trying to extend early pressure just to prevent Void from setting off his first chain.
They're fishing for a PC as well, there.
Yeah, he does. He I don't know how he does it. How he stacks. See the thing for people who like trains like to sprint in PPT, like there he goes.
Yeah, there you go.
PCs actually save you time in sprinting simply because there's no delay for PCs. No, there's no line clear delay. So someone like Giga actually trains to stack to find PCs just so they can optimize their sprint, but it actually helps them here in versus. And it takes another round from. Did I speak too soon? If Void can get another purple, and I don't see a purple. Oh, there it is. That Q.
Oh, man.
This 4-chain saved the hell out of him.
Yeah.
And
that Q.
now Void needs to pop those blues to get a quick 3-chain. Okay, the purples did not link there, so but he's still able to dig back down with his 4. And he took the round. It's a match point. That was such a great recovery from Void. He stayed relaxed. He looked at his Q.
Yeah, very calmly as well. The moment he saw that purple, everything was over.
Yeah. Let's see what Giga has cooked up to make this comeback real. And that misdrop.
Ooh, cavity, a bit of a concern, but we'll be able to make some donations.
Well, this is a 5-chain. No,
Yeah,
sorry, the
5G.
greens
Yeah,
didn't link. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was trying to look too deep into it, but
3-chain coming out. Yeah, Gigawatt in a bit of a situation right now.
very. It's not looking the best right now, but he's building up damage. But Void stalled on purpose to make sure he could, since he's ready to cancel that damage.
Yeah, it was a 2-white, so not much Gigawatt could do.
And yeah, this is
very nice prophecy coming up from
he's paying a good attention to it. Oh, and a C-spin.
Yeah. Oh my god. Right.
Oh, and another C-spin. Let's go.
But, yeah, it's wasting a T for that though. So
I mean, yeah, I mean, like it had to be done, right? Like he was gonna take some damage in the face, and that is not optimal. Oh, and that misdrop.
No. Oh, but it turns into Sachiku, but it's not enough.
It's not enough.
Void takes the game.
15-8.
Misdrop into Shachiku conversion. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was an amazing match by both of them. It was a great showing.
Yeah.
And GG's to both of them. They're both champions of my heart. So I really love watching these guys play. It was really amazing. But yeah, so I guess that's it for Ragnarok Prelude.
Yeah.
And
obligatory thank you for having me on. It was a blast.
Yeah, I enjoyed being here too. This is actually the first time I've ever commentated PPT, so it's kind of fun. I might actually have to look into learning a little bit of commentary.
Yeah,
Out here
you
in
don't
red.
need to learn anything anymore. It's fine. You're ready.
Just say what's on my mind, right?
Yeah, I see a ready man.
I appreciate it. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to check the dates, but in a few weeks we'll have Ragnarok, the main event coming out, and oh wow, this is a real credit scene. This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a credit scene.
And Andy kind of went out for this production, and I could see like you know, generally I can see like how much like heart people put in their Tetris puzzle game productions, and I really do.
Wouldn't you believe it? This was made in PowerPoint. Wouldn't you believe it?
That's actually pretty cool. I might have to steal this from Andy. But let's shout out the contestants: Void, Gooseman, my opponent earlier, Marigio 300X, Gigawatt, Johnny Bones, Moose, Puzzle Kingdom Real, 321, Mr. Hats, and Nonstop Arrow Limey. And then we have the commentators here: Chris, Azura, Juice, and Dalvaticker. Wait, Komodo, where are we?
Yeah, I'm Chris now, apparently, and you're Juice.
Yeah, I'm Juice.
Hi.
And then tournament organizers. It's okay. And then executive stack, Pixel, Andy, and Akidos. And this is shout outs to Hard Drop and English Puyo, the two main servers I believe for Tetris and Puyo out there currently. And yeah, this is Ragnarok Prelude. I'm gonna need to get the actual date from Andy for the main Ragnarok doubles event, but I hope to see you guys there. This is actually a pretty fun event for. Oh yeah, and we forgot to say shout out to T-Flat. She came in clutch at the end as well, so shout out to her. We all love T-Flat. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to check the date, but we have a Ragnarok doubles event coming out in July, I believe, July 23rd. If I'm corrected. Production. Okay, so July 23rd. Make sure to join the Stacking Arena server, and let me see if I can drop a link.
Okay, so okay, you guys couldn't hear him, but he was Andy was saying that he didn't have time to include us in the credits. But,
we're teasing you, Andy. Don't worry. We appreciate being on here, but it was just teasing. We're just having fun.
I like being Chris. Chris is a great guy. I'm a great guy. Yeah.
All right, but as you guys can see in the mod voice channel above, I actually have to get to a meeting, but I'll catch you guys later. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
All right, see you guys. All right, cool.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.